Seriously.
A whole triangle.
Can doing it get assist, please?
No.
Yeah, yes, sir. There
But
you
he
are.
said no.
Sir. All the
Yes,
boobs.
sir. Yes,
The
sir.
Wrath of the Lich King
Boop me
World
up.
of Warcraft expansion released on the 13th of November in 2008 has long been regarded as Blizzard's most successful expansion and the peak of World of Warcraft. And today we're going to be looking at some of the most interesting class spells added to the game.
Alright, we
This
log
was
in.
a time when the
Let's
talent
go.
trees were
Let's
bigger
bump.
and the quantity of spells bountiful before Blizzard began the great pruning and purging of spells and talents. Our first ability on this list is the iconic ability Thunderstorm, also considered by many players to be the most satisfying, cheesy and frustrating abilities. You call down a bolt of lightning, energizing you and damaging nearby enemies within 10 yards, restores 8% mana to you and deals 1450 to 1656 nature damage to all nearby enemies, knocking them back 20 yards. This spell is usable while stunned. People got the most use out of this spell in a PvP environment. Shamans would use this ability in key areas such as the cliff near the lumber mill base and the blacksmith, but the most deadly location was the flag area in the Eye of the Storm battleground, as you can see from the background footage. You can get pretty cheesy instant kills because you're totally transporting that player out of the map, which obviously inevitably just kills them. Blizzard actually had to patch in some extra rocks on either side of the area for rated battleground since people were using the trick so much.
Lodi is coming.
If you had a shaman on your
Alright, I'll range.
then you had a very clear
Range back over here.
First ability that
Back
everyone
on
thinks
circle.
of when they think of a warrior is definitely Blade Storm. This was the last talent point within the arms tree added in Wrath of the Lich King. Instantly whirlwind up to 4 nearby targets, and for the next 6 seconds you will perform a whirlwind every 1 second. While under the effects of Blade Storm you can move but cannot perform any other abilities, but you do not feel pity or remorse or fear, as you cannot be stopped unless killed. That is a little bit of flavor text that references the Terminator. By now there's probably hundreds of warrior PvP montages on YouTube of warriors stacking out offensive buffs straight into a Blade Storm and wiping out entire groups.
We died. Back stickers in green.
What? I wasn't even near that
What
shit.
was so powerful was the fast
fuck was that?
attacks that are influenced by other cooldowns such as recklessness.
chairman goes
become
down.
totally immune to crowd control effects and
I was
snare
easily
effects,
like
so that the
18
damage
feet
is
out of that
totally
shit.
unstoppable. One of Rogue's most fun and
what you
satisfying
get.
abilities in the game
work
is
balls.
Killing Spree, a powerful AoE cooldown that can also be used for defensive purposes since you become untargetable and jump around multiple enemies for a short period of time. Step through the shadows from enemy to enemy within 10 yards, attacking an enemy every 0.5 seconds with both weapons until 5 assaults are made, and increasing all damage up to 20% for the duration. Can hit the same target multiple times.
Keep on pulling for the Shonen Road.
The Deadringer, in concept, is easily one of the most interesting items in the game. It's arguably the only item the spy has that really changes his playstyle in a large way, and it's been a staple in his arsenal ever since its release, way back in 2009.
he res me.
Over the years, it's received quite a few changes to its
but I
functionality,
instantly died.
but today I'll be focusing mostly on the item we have now, how it works, why it used to work great, and why it isn't nearly as useful as it once was. Starting off with a quick overview of how the Deadringer works, instead of cloaking immediately, right-clicking toggles the Deadringer. Taking any damage while it's active instantly cloaks you and gives you a few buffs for 3 seconds, before turning into a normal cloak for another 4 seconds. After which, the Deadringer emits a loud decloaking sound that enemies can easily hear. The cloak meter takes a full 20 seconds to recharge from 0 to 100, and can't be sped up by ammo packs or dispensers. A bit complex, but it's much easier to understand once you see it in practice. Before talking about its problems though, I'll quickly go over its effects on gameplay. Since you lose the ability to cloak on demand, you have to rely on disguises and map geometry to stay hidden. This means that the DR favors maps with flank routes, and is weaker when there aren't as many alternate routes for you to take. In terms of actually using the Deadringer, there are 2 primary ways of going about it. First is actually trying to convince the enemy that your feigned death was real. While very effective if you're able to pull it off, actually doing so is pretty difficult. You can't instantly activate it the moment you take damage, and you'll likely need to eat a few bullets first. It's pretty inconsistent and tough to pull off, but it's important to remember as an option. The second and more popular playstyle is using the Deadringer as a damage tanking and movement tool, foregoing stealth for the ability to move around the map quickly and tank some big hits along the way. Generally speaking, you'll want to use your revolver a lot with a DR equipped, since, as I mentioned, backstabs are much harder to get consistently due to the lack of invisibility on command. Any revolver can work, but I recommend either the stock revolver or the ambassador. Both of these playstyles can be swapped between depending on the situation, but something to remember with the Deadringer is that it requires a lot of game sense and practice to use effectively. Figuring out how to stealth properly without cloak, making your fans convincing, knowing when to activate it or hold off, none of these things are simple, so don't feel bad if you have a hard time with it at first. Now, onto the issues. Fully explaining why the Deadringer is so flawed requires a good bit of explanation, so bear with me here. As I mentioned earlier, being able to feign your death and trick enemies is a really cool concept. It plays directly into the spy's style of stealth and espionage, and I imagine for the first few months after its release, that definitely was the case. After which though, the concept began to show some wear. As people began catching on to how the DR worked, using it as a tool to trick the enemy became much less viable. The reason it used to be so prevalent and effective despite its concept being flawed though is twofold. For one, you had a massive 90% damage resistance to all damage both on activation and for up to 6.5 seconds while cloaked. A 270 damage crit rocket would only do 27 damage, a fully charged Machina headshot would do only 52, and it turns out dying to backstabs was almost impossible due to how the math turned out. Granted, every hit you took decreased how long the resistance lasted, but it was still common for spies to take tons of damage, letting them escape almost any situation. On top of that, you could boost your cloak regen speed using ammo packs, meaning you could feign several times in a row if there were enough around. These two things together meant that the base concept of the Deadringer being flawed didn't really matter, since its tanking abilities were so strong and easy to use over and over. Now, this doesn't mean that it was objectively better than the other watches because of this. Many high-level spies still use the stock watch or cloak and dagger in high-level matches despite the DR's strength, but it was still very powerful nonetheless. But what about today's Deadringer? Well, the modern version is much more susceptible to the weapon's inherent flaws in design. It has gained a small speed boost on feign, which definitely has some utility, but few would argue it's more useful than the damage resistance of the past. This, finally, leads us to the two main issues of the modern Deadringer.
Beautiful.
Starting off, the Deadringer is a bit of a one-trick pony. While both Inviswatches have tons of different uses in different situations, you can only really use the Deadringer in one or two specific ways. Tanking damage and retreating, or tanking damage and getting behind the enemy, both of which are really easy to predict if you're fighting the spy. Once you've caught on to how the weapon works, and especially after you notice that the enemy spy is using the Deadringer, hunting them down and taking them out is almost a trivial task. You can only trick somebody so many times. The speed boost and small damage resistance just isn't enough when enemies can so easily track you down, especially if the enemy you're fighting is a pyro. Something to note here is that the most important thing you can ever do as a spy is not let the enemy know when you're around. So, when the Deadringer's only method of cloaking literally requires you to get hit by an enemy, getting behind them sneakily is incredibly difficult. Meanwhile, both Inviswatches can do it with almost no effort required. And obviously, the incredibly loud decloaking sound doesn't help, especially given it can blow your cover even if you do trick the enemy into thinking you died. All of this can be summarized as follows. Completely shutting down a Deadringer spy really isn't that hard. Sure, newer players will be easier to trick, but that goes for almost any weapon. Any experienced player will eventually catch on to your tricks, and you won't have a very good time. And on to the second big issue with the Deadringer, the recharge time and its vulnerability. While the issues I've just mentioned are definitely a problem, they can be worked around. What cannot be worked around, however, is the recharge time. Barring hitting enemies with the L'Étranger or using the Big Earner, there is no way to speed up the horrible 20 seconds it takes to reactivate the Deadringer after being fully used. While it can be made shorter if you decloak earlier, that kinda removes the purpose of getting behind the enemy without them noticing oftentimes. And even then, it still feels incredibly slow. But the problem doesn't just lie in the recharge time. It's the fact that the item that takes so long to recharge is your only reliable source of stealth. Disguising and hiding behind objects can be effective, but they aren't going to work all the time. In fact, I'd say most of the time when you're in enemy territory, neither of these are options you want to spend more than just a few seconds doing at any one time. What all this means is that, when using the Deadringer, you spend a lot of time with no way of escaping a bad situation. Sure, you can use it to get behind the enemy in the first place, but then what? You've probably got a solid 20 seconds where if basically any enemy catches you off guard, you're screwed. You can go for backstabs if you want, but after you get a kill, there's no way for you to quickly stealth out of there. And that's assuming you're even able to get a stab in the first place. Any decent team, or hell, any team with
Man, this
just
was
one
much more
decent
funner
player
than
is going to
I-
have such an easy time hunting
Whoa.
you down after you either feign or get a stab.
Much more funner.
Since once that
God,
cloak
I'm a
runs
math
out,
teacher
if
and
it's
that
even
hurts.
available at all, it won't be hard to find you and take you out. Playing with the modern Dead Ringer completely
if.
revolves around waiting
Learning's
for the
for
thing to
nerds.
recharge constantly. Once you're behind enemy lines, you're essentially
You
forced to
work for a
wait,
nerd.
since going right up next to a sentry, a few power classes, anything at all without a feign is almost always going to
Joke's
end
on
poorly
you.
for you.
I
Now,
fucking
I
put my 2
definitely
weeks
won't
in.
suggest re-adding the ability to recharge your cloak through ammo packs,
Now
since
you're
that
gonna be
brings
a
forth
nerd.
its own problems of
Hell
spam.
yeah.
What I will suggest, though, is lowering the base
Where the
recharge
fuck
time
is
by a
Wind
lot.
Fury?
Back in Jungle Inferno, Valve removed the
group are you
ability to
in?
recharge
I
off
have
of
it.
ammo packs to try to
Oh,
help
I
create
have
a
yet to
consistent
get it.
rhythm to fighting a
he's
Dead Ringer
with
spy.
Shout.
Lowering the recharge time wouldn't affect that concept and would make
So I'm
using
just
this
gonna
thing a lot
auto-attack
more
then.
focused on actual
Oh,
gameplay
yeah,
rather
why
than
is
spending
Ellie
minutes of your
shouting
time
you
waiting for a
guys?
bar to recharge from 0 to 100. Personally, I think reducing the
fix
time
that.
from
Lots of
20 to
questions.
13 seconds for a full charge
There.
would be good, with a bit of a counter nerf where every time you decloak, it always empties to 0, even if you decloak early. Maybe it's a bit too much, but if you're an experienced player using or fighting against this weapon, let me know what you think. Now, despite what seemed like an overall
Bacon is now processed and even pre-cooked in factories. It all starts with a load of skinned dog carcasses. Most factories elect to use dogs because it's cheaper than pork, and customers can rarely taste the difference. The meat is placed skin side down on a conveyor belt to ensure the employees judge it only by the content of its character. The conveyor takes the meat to a cheese rolling machine, which pelts it with slices of Kraft singles. This process is rough on the meat,
Oh, no
so
wonder
it's
I'm
not
reading all these.
uncommon for some afterbirth to
change
be
it
to, rare.
evacuated by the
It's on-
product.
yeah.
This afterbirth travels down a separate
don't fall in the
conveyor
water.
belt, where it will then be used in
Maybe it's going to the
cosmetics.
Ooh, piece of candy.
Meanwhile,
seriously.
the meat pieces
I
are
mean, there were
bathed in
Jack's a lot,
salt
but-
water and are sent to employees to begin the brining process, giving the bacon its
The
signature
water is
fishy
spicy,
taste.
watch out.
I like spicy.
But she
You
just said
thought
water
I was
is life.
kidding about the brining, didn't you? Well, the next actual step is brining.
Oh,
Oh, that water.
Then the brine solution is mixed with red food color to give the bacon its signature red
shit,
taste.
here we go again.
Shit, I gotta get the tainted core out.
The meat
I'll
now
play that.
passes under.
There.
Oh,
Hang on.
wow, I
Let's
don't
get
know
out
what
the
this
important
is, but
soulstone.
that just looks
Who are we
nasty.
voting goes down first to the healers?
I'm sorry, but we are required by law to show you this.
Like, which of the healers
Then,
die
a
first? Is that
local
what you're asking?
sweatshop
Yes.
worker earns his $2
Surprisingly,
an
I
hour
actually
salary
survived
by
this one.
putting hooks into the meat
Ah.
and then hanging them on
We'll
a
see.
rack.
Feel the burn. We'll see.
Feel the
Then
burn?
it's into
Alright,
the
feel the burn it
drench
is.
cabinet for a bath in what remains of the employees who rally for
That was the
better
first name
working
I heard.
conditions.
Congratulations, you've been nominated.
The meat is then transferred to the show floor, where customers can choose
Hey, what the fuck?
which
Get your
bacon
gamer
slab
bottles
they
and go
want
pee
to
in
wear
those.
for this coming fall season.
Jesus, amateurs.
The meat is sealed away in case any of it is still screaming.
Alright, I'll take north.
Now it's into a
East.
storage locker for the next 10 to
Who wants
100 years.
southeast?
This aging process firms up the meat.
Usually
and helps
Necro
unlock
does
its
the
hidden
quadrants,
flavors.
so
I'm doing
know
the
if it's-
quadrants for people who are watching over
Then
the
bacon
elementals.
is shown
That's
the
why.
might of the German army.
Yeah, I'll
by
take
being run
northeast. I
over by
usually
a
have that
Panzer
area.
Yeah, I got you in
wagon
northeast,
form
bro.
medium
You're good.
tank.
I'll be on tainted core duty with
get another
doing
beer.
it.
Let me get another base.
The factory crew often relieves stress by playing a game of Jenga with the slabs of meat. This
Well, you
game
can't say
is a
that with a deer.
particularly close one, so they're wrapping it up for later. As you can see,
Whoa.
the crew really
Whoa.
loves Jenga.
Ah, dude, I split my lip. I hate that.
Workers then load the meat into chutes.
You're gonna
Just
be
off camera, two very
enjoying
strong
that for
men
like a week.
jostle these
Yeah,
chutes back
seriously.
and forth with all their might.
It's just dry,
They do
that's all
this
it is,
because
too. I didn't
meat
even get
is a good
punched.
source of protein.
Also, I was in my sleep. Oh my god.
The meat hates this and falls apart under the stress into the strips we've come to know and love.
Good to read.
Gold is the softest
back,
and
Chair.
most malleable metal. It can be pressed extremely thin, crafted into various shapes, even drawn out to
Northwest,
form fine
southwest,
wire,
southeast,
and
northeast.
So Dirax is going to be doing the grinding totem?
all without breaking. Gold isn't affected by water.
Hear that, Rexes?
Blink twice if you can understand us.
I had it muted. Yeah, sure, but no Wind Fury then.
No.
It's all about survival, baby. Crinkleberg, you're gonna be hiding the strider.
Of rocks.
All right.
Doing it, you take east, I'll take west, and then we'll work together and communicate.
Remember, if you get static charge, run out. Stay away from the group. Do it ready check. All right, I'm gonna pull him back. Get ready.
Won't save you now. What?
He has a low health pool, low damage output compared to other classes, and is often killed in seconds after being noticed by even a single member of the enemy team. Any player with even a little bit of time in TF2 starts to catch on to his tricks, turning around every so often to check their backs, and spy checking around here and there. While most other classes' counters are often very nuanced or non-specific, Spy's biggest counter is just game sense. The more time your enemy has playing the game, the less likely you are to do well playing Spy. The only real counter to this while playing Spy is outthinking every opponent, even the smartest ones. Things like knowledge of both maps and everything about the individual classes and how they work are invaluable, almost necessary to know sometimes. And that nuance and skill required to play Spy well is what this video is all about. So starting off, everybody knows that Spy's goal in a pub is to stab
Static
his
charge, direct access, get out of the way, get out,
However,
go.
none of that is really
Stuck.
possible without utilizing the tools Spy has
God
available
damn it.
to him. Most notably, the
No,
use of the watch,
stuck.
which lets you go invisible to the enemy for a short amount of time.
Rooted.
Getting behind the enemy with
Sorry, can't have
invisibility
nice
is a much
things.
easier said than done task.
Baby
though.
mints.
You need to know where the
Baby
enemy
mints,
team
you're
is
killing
gathered
us,
so
bro.
you know when to start your cloak. Then you proceed through the enemy team without getting bumped by any players. And finally, you need to find a safe spot to decloak so you're both out of sight as well as in position to get to your target. These steps themselves are pretty simple, but what separates a good Spy player from a better
Alright,
one
there
is
she
how
goes.
good
Let me
you
get
are
a
at
battle
improvising
res on
when
back
things go
stickers.
wrong,
Let's see, I
because
got
they
you.
will.
What the fuck? They have an army of
Oh,
default
yeah.
engineers.
Yeah, you're fired.
At the
There's
bottom
only
of the
4 of
stairs.
There you
Spread
go.
out around the
There's
platform.
like 5 default engineers up there.
While backstabbing and the like are often where people consider
Get to your
movement to be the
locations,
most important,
kill
being able
elementals.
to maneuver around enemies without getting touched can be difficult, especially when they're in combat, strafing left and right and consistently firing their weapons. These points are where knowledge of common player habits are very important. For example, if you notice that an enemy is at low health, it's likely they'll run from their current position over to a source of health. Being able to account for these things for several players at once isn't easy. In fact, it's why so many spies in pubs seem to run right into you while they're invisible, when in reality not doing just that
Painted
can be
elemental
very
should be
tough,
coming
even
soon.
for experienced players. If you're actually able to get behind the enemy, decloaking safely is the next step. Decloaking in itself obviously isn't hard, just pressing the right mouse
Painted
button, but
elementals
the real
out.
hard part is
Eat
not dying
northeast.
immediately
Or
Fog
after.
is
northwest,
up.
excuse me,
There are
northwest,
two ways
northwest.
an enemy can notice you uncloaking. The first of which is through sight.
We need all
Seeing
melee
Spy
on the
decloak is
Naga
pretty
elites.
self-explanatory, and thus even
Alright, I'm
new
right above
players
you,
are unlikely
jumping.
to miss it. So just finding a wall or prop to hide behind can be more than enough.
Thank you. Doing it, run to the
More
thing.
game sense can
Strider's
come in
up,
handy, though,
west
is
side.
instead hiding the sound of the decloak. Skilled
Throw
players
one.
will hear any nearby spy
Crickle's gonna pick him
decloaking,
up.
but if the
And
views are instead
touchdown.
preoccupied with,
Stay away from the striders. Stay away from the
then
strider.
you're probably safe to decloak right
Make
behind
Crinkle
them
pick it
and
up.
stab. Did you know, though, that the spy has yet another tool at his disposal to become completely invisible to the enemy?
Naka, what are you doing? Don't take the Strider.
It seems like that was just a funny gag, and it was.
Foes need some heals.
But it does raise a very important fact that many don't consider. Taking advantage of physical
Remember, DPS the Strider down to range if you see the Strider. Attack it, please.
Let's say, for example, that you're a spy doing your spy thing, and you notice a lone enemy member
I got a tap.
with his back turned to you. Normally, most players would walk in a straight line towards the medic.
Tainted, where is it?
Southwest. Southwest.
This approach can be effective and work fine most of the time, but the main issue it introduces is risk. While you're walking towards them, there's a lot of time for the enemy to either turn around and notice you, or for one of their teammates to do the same. However, if the spy instead favors walking this way towards the enemy, he puts a wall between himself and his target. While it might be a little slower, being able to minimize the amount of opportunity
Strider Ninja goes down, kill the Strider.
Is the most important thing a spy can do.
Strider's at 5%.
Unless you were assigned an area, you should be on
Northwest
Strider range.
Tainted. Northwest Tainted again.
Crickle's dead.
Alright,
Getting behind the enemy unnoticed and even
New
just
elite.
walking towards them can be difficult enough, but the hardest problems arise when it comes to actually doing what you're playing spy to do, backstabbing. Just like everything else discussed so far, it's easy to pick up the Strider, please. Complex something as simple as meleeing someone in the back can be. Any decent player in TF2 is going to be moving in straight
Can we get a battle res on
keep their
Crickleberg?
opponents guessing, and that includes you, Spyman. Because of this, it's very common for a spy to die even if they do successfully get behind the enemy in melee range. Just like before, knowledge of how enemies in certain classes move is often very important, and even then, things are bound to go wrong.
That Strider's heading towards the center, watch out.
Elemental's almost on her, get it, those have to die. She's gonna get
This is where trick stabbing should really come into play. While some gamers...
There's two people in each quadrant that are responsible for these elementals.
Flashy, in reality, it's
why
much
am I by
smarter to
myself
only
and
use
the
them as a
person
last
in the
resort. When there's
southeast
a
is by
heavy who will have you
themselves?
dead in half a second, that's when you need to pull something out of your pocket. Either you trick the enemy into showing you their back, or
They got the Strider,
this
boys.
scenario comes up very often because once you get a kill, their teammates are going to be mad. Despite that, though, it's important to remember that a player, no matter how good they are, can only process so much information at a time.
I think it's on the east
Especially
side.
during
Must
a panic
be.
situation
I don't see it
like
on west.
this, they often
Yep,
aren't going to make the
northeast.
smartest
Sorry, I
move.
got feared
That
by the
panic feeling
Naga.
enemy
It's up
feels
here.
for a split second
I'm gonna
before
try
they
and
know
get
his
it.
teammate was
I need
stabbed.
help with.
That's
Nope,
what you need
it's
to be
gone.
able to
I
take
got 4
advantage of and
elementals though.
recognize. A pretty good example to use is this clip here. At this point, I can tell that there's at least a few players on the cart indicated by the
Guys,
times
focus
3
the
on the
Strider,
card
gotta
at the
take-
bottom. Not only that, but I know that they're going
south.
to be distracted because my team will likely be challenging them on the cart, taking the enemy's attention away from any spies behind them. So I jump right down onto the cart. Right away, I notice a friendly
Frank, I'll try
demo
not to have
challenging the
that
blue
kite
players
through
on the
center.
left, so I know they're going to be shooting and looking towards him. So I instead move to the right, knowing that they'll be facing away from me.
Well,
First, I stab the heavy.
We'll talk
Now
about
at this
it in a
point, the
second.
Pyro is the most clear threat to me here, and he might notice the heavy being backstabbed. Luckily for me, though, he isn't able to process
Crickleberg
everything in
needs
time,
heals.
and I'm able to get the stab on him as well. The last remaining enemy in the
northwest.
group, the Demo Man, knows he's
Let
in
his
trouble
Striders out.
since there's now a Pyro approaching him, already using his
Better be
flamethrower.
faster on the
It's also
Striders,
safe to
guys.
assume at
Kill
this
the
point that the
Striders.
Demo Man has
Tainted
also
died,
seen
good.
me. Turning towards the Demo Man, I can see his health is going down really quickly, and he knows he isn't going to make it out of here
Okay, all
alive.
range
So
should
he
be on
tries to cut
Skull.
his losses
Unless you
by
have an
at least taking
assignment
me
that
out with a
Necro
melee
posted
hit.
earlier,
Because of
you're
that,
on
he's
Skull.
an easy target to aim at, and I land a final, albeit a bit unnecessary headshot on him with my ambassador. Remember, all this happened in the span of less than 5 seconds. It shows how
Crickleberg's
important it
dead.
is to be able to quickly recognize
Yep.
every way the enemy reacts
Stop
to you,
moving. I don't
and
think you're
in
gonna make it.
return, react yourself. The same logic also applies to situations with
Yeah,
different
no,
enemies.
ads
are out of
Being
control.
able to consistently think faster than your opponent can save you
Elementals
very
about
often.
such bad
Here in this upward clip, I round this corner
Yeah.
and immediately see a demo coming towards me. Since I have the kunai equipped, I have only 70 health, and just one pipe will kill me.
There,
So I know that
Jesus.
if I don't kill him quickly, he'll get me instead.
Tainted
The
soon.
demo does end up noticing me before I stab him, but since I notice that he's still running towards me due to
Okay,
his
Can
delayed
someone
reaction,
please pick up
I'm
the
able to get
Striders?
a very quick stab with a flick towards his back. Oftentimes, a situation like
Yeah,
that
we
will
lost,
end up getting you killed no
Crickleberg.
matter how fast you are.
Yeah,
but
we
just
lost.
knowing what
We're
your options
down.
are to escape any given situation,
healers.
as well as how quickly you recognize the options, will save you more often than you think.
Northwest again.
Now, I'm by no means a
We're
very
in
good spy.
trouble with
For every clip you
healers.
see here where I get a
we
nice
have
stab or
B-reses?
outplay the enemy, there's 5 others
Ah,
where I
save your
just fall flat and
B-res.
die
Yeah,
looking
yeah,
like a
nobody
moron.
hiding the
But
Striders
the reason I
is
die
really
so
just
often
getting
is because
popped.
that I know
I just
Well,
got one, but my
The
only
two
hit
people
there.
that tried to kite it are both dead. So
Yeah.
I got that. I'll take care of that.
Well, we've got everything to pop the shield. We need everything dead, though, out there.
Sesha invites Rez. Why don't you come into my mind? Now, Rez, I will teach you how to use your psychic blast ability.
I'm gonna tell you about the senses, Raz. Senses are the mind's
I'm down
natural defense against intrusive thoughts. And you, Raz, are an
Okay.
intrusive thought in my head.
Wait
So
for that
Sasha's
elite to go
senses
down.
try to kill Raz. but he defeats them and masters the Psychic Blast ability.
Rez then heads back into his own mind with a newfound confidence, and he defeats the shadowy monster. He finds his own memory vault.
For the last 10 seconds in a row.
Zero.
Not stopping.
Zero. And he finds
Yeah, that was
first memory.
And
now that
Naga.
memory was
that
of
was
Raz as a
perpetual
circus performer with his family. He was
Yeah, that was Naka taunting the strangers out for you.
handed a
I don't know why he was doing that.
pamphlet by a mysterious figure, and his father discovers this pamphlet and he destroys it. You will live the life of a carny. Raz has run away from home. I'm gonna join the Psychonauts.
Screw you, Dad!
While in his mind, Raz finds a large, twisting tower, and at the top is a dentist's office, okay? At the dentist's office, Dogen, who we saw before, remember him?
Run back in.
He is strapped to a
Do you
chair
have your soul
as
stone
the
still, or you
cackling
dead?
dentist
Did you use it?
removes his brain,
I used
which
it in
is
the fight.
not the job of a dentist.
Usually.
The brain! You see, son, it's just no good. I hate to be so blunt, but you have the insanity of a manatee. I know.
It's a vision. But Raz can't quite tell because he can't
One
reach
thing
the
to
top of
clear
the
up,
tower.
part of
And
the
Sasha
issue that I
pulls
think
him
we're
out of the
having is
tumbler
people
and
aren't
says, "I can't help
that
you
were
with this,
assigned
but
quadrants
maybe
weren't necessarily
Mia Vogello,
sticking
the other
with it.
Psychonaut, can help you reach that next stage."
Alright, I guess I will, says Raz.
I
Then he
noticed
heads
quite
off
a
to
few
the
times
camp
that
docks at
Northwest
Lake
was completely
Oblongata.
empty.
Now, Dogen walks out of the water, just covered in seaweed and stuff, and he is
And so is
oblivious to
Southeast.
Raz. Now, Raz peers through his ear, and he can see all the way to the other side.
Hey, Vsauce, Michael here.
Oh god, no. Dogen's brain has been taken. He blows into the hole and it makes a lovely noise.
So when Necro posts
the
that
traditional music of the circus people. Raz finds
macro
Mila
again,
on the docks.
the raid
As she
warnings,
says to
please make
Raz,
sure if
"Your
you are
dad's
assigned
gonna
one
be
of
here
those
tomorrow.
areas,
Boy,
you are
is that a
staying
long
in that
drive.
area and
How
taking
did you
care of
get here on
elementals
foot?"
in that area.
Don't worry, I got in
If your
contact
name
with
is
your
not
father,
on
and
an
he's gonna be
assignment
here
range,
tomorrow to pick you up.
your
So,
number one
Raz then
priority
tells
is
Lily,
killing
"Let me
these
tell you
striders.
about my
They need to
vision.
die.
2020 I do. Now Lily says, "Oh my god, I had the same vision. I must head off to investigate. Goodbye, Raz."
Range.
Let's
Yes,
run
Melee,
in
your number
tonight
one
at
job
the
is to
old
kill the
boathouse for
the
debriefing.
elites.
Raz then explains to Mila that Sasha sent him to learn how to levitate. I would like to fly.
There is one
And
person
Mila
that's just supposed to be
reluctantly
popping
says,
the elementals,
"Okay, step into
so
me."
we hopefully have
Now
somebody,
Mila's mind is a
like,
huge
that's already should
dance
be there
party.
popping
Oh my
elementals
god!
that can
And
focus fire
Finley is
the,
there. That's a frog
tainted
detective
ones with
reference.
us, 'cause we had, what,
Raz
4 or
finds
5
some
of
Yeah.
them.
Unless I misread
Turns out once we
Necro's
had an orphanage.
You keep saying Mila, her
macro,
name's
it
Mila.
should be 2
So
people
Mila
per
was
quadrant
out doing some grocery shopping.
that are
But
there to
then
pop
she came
elementals
home
and watch
and
for the
found
tainteds.
that she
So we
lit
should have
the
2
orphanage
DPS at
on
any given
fire.
time
The
able to pop a
children
tainted when
all
it
died,
goes.
and she could hear their
And
screams
Tainted's
in the
Cryo. I
pain
literally watched
as
somebody
the
else kill
fire
one of the other
sealed their
elementals
flesh
while the Tainted
and the
sat there
smoke
and
choked their lungs, and their skin melted to the furniture.
These are awfully descriptive, Bill. Are you okay?
What did I do?
She vowed to protect all children from now on, and I will become a psychonaut. Right, then Raz learns how to levitate, and he races against some of the other kids through Mila's mind, why not? And he heads back to Sasha's lab. It's got air conditioning.
Time to get to my dentist appointment.
Sasha suddenly discovers...
There's something else messing with your mind,
Hopefully
Raz.
Krinkleberg won't go down this time. We have a healer assigned to him during ad phase.
So Raz jumps into his own mind again through the tumbler, and he uses his new powers to levitate up to the dentist's office. He sees Dogen and the mad dentist. The dentist is using some weird powder to make Dogen sneeze. He sneezes out his own brain. The dentist then just throws Dogen's brain down a chute and leaves. Raz jumps into the chute after the brain, and at the bottom he finds blueprints for a tank.
What is happening? Go on.
This tank is very special because it harnesses the brains of psychic individuals in order to power the tank. As Raz is looking at the blueprints, Dogen's brain is inserted into the blueprint and the tank comes to life. The tank attacks Raz using its psychic powers, and Raz manages to defeat it.
No way. Are you fucking kidding me?
That is easy to kill.
That doesn't hold
Is
up.
this a nightmare?
On the edge.
Or a plan?
What's this? I'm in a strange hallway now, says Raz to himself out loud. He realizes, oh my god, I'm in Coach Oleander's mind. Oleander wants to use the psychic tanks to take over the world. Oh my god. Rez is then pulled out of the tumbler. It's such a 9, and she says while she's running away,
I have official Psychonaut business. Good luck with, you know, your brain and stuff. Bye.
Rez then goes, I better talk to Ford Cruller. Oleander has gone rogue, and he needs to be stopped. Rez says, I better go find Lily at the boathouse. So he heads out there, but along the way, he discovers that more campers have had their brains removed.
The dentist has been busy.
Does he at least fix their teeth at the same time?
He removes plaque and the brain.
Hello, Lily. Check out this discovery. People know brains, blow in it, hollow noise. Oh, that's interesting, says Lily. By the way, Mila also left on Psychonaut's business. Then suddenly, Lily is abducted by a giant fish monster.
Lily!
The monster takes Lily below the lake.
Oh no.
And holds her underwater until she drowns. Raz hops into the camp's bathysphere, and he goes to... He travels to the bottom of the lake. Now, down there, Raz fights the hideous, hulking lungfish. After he beats it, he enters its mind. Fish don't fucking think anything.
What are you thinking, fish?
So, inside the mind is a miniature city. Raz is a giant, towering over the small lungfish inhabitants. Now, Raz discovers that the lungfish, the one that he fought, has actually lived a very peaceful life until one day it was captured by Oleander and the mad dentist, Dr. Loboto. Loboto mutated the fish and implanted it with a mind control device, and he forced it to kidnap the children and take them to a facility in the middle of the lake. Raz goes, that's not very good, so he seeks out the mind control device, and the device happens to be a giant broadcast tower. It's
Repair vault's down if you guys need.
Listen here, lungfish, you should go and kidnap those children.
Just as Raz is about to destroy the tower, another giant figure appears.
It's a bird. It's a plane. No, it's the lungfish's representation of Coach Oleander, Coach Amara.
Hey everyone! Here comes Coach Amara!
Raz beats Coach Amara, and he scales the tower. You want to have sex with another... And then Coach Amara awakens and attacks Raz. Coach Amara accidentally destroys the tower, though.
Fine. Take control of this freaky toad. I don't need him to nab children for me anymore.
Raz leaves the fish's mind, and then the lungfish says, thank you, Raz. You've done a very kind thing.
Well, okay. Show me what you did to my friend Lily.
The fish takes Raz to the facility at the center of the lake. Here you go. The facility is a collapsed mental asylum. Ooh. The name of it is Thorny Towers, and it is a home for the disturbed. Now, the lungfish tells Raz that her name is Linda. Okay, and then leaves.
What a magical lady.
At the entrance to the asylum is a security guard, and the security guard's name is Boyd Cooper.
I'm the guard. I've been fully trained.
Boyd is obsessed about conspiracy theories around the milkman. Raz hops into Boyd's mind, right? And inside, you'll never believe it.
It's a nice suburban street. Boyd is there, and he's laying out all these conspiracies about where he thinks the milkman is hiding.
There's something in the fridge that might help you see the world like I do.
Ooh, sorry. I don't drink. Before noon, I mean.
Running around the suburban streets, Raz also finds a ton of sensors and government agents called G-Men. Now, these agents, they're also trying to find the milkman.
I got my
know he's
flip
in this
up,
mine
bro.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Running around Boyd's
I didn't
mine,
see it on
Raz
it. I was
finds
like,
some of his memories. Now, Boyd was once a department store security guard, but unfortunately, he was fired. And he had a psychotic break, you know, he couldn't handle it.
Like checking me out,
He made
huh?
Molotovs out of milk bottles and burned down the department store.
I actually have
Because of that,
105
he was then
of them on
admitted to
me,
the
so if
asylum.
anyone needs
There,
welfare
Oleander
stand, I
hypnotized
got it.
him and made him act as the guard to the asylum. Raz
Let's
is
get
cool
ready
and
to
he keeps
see if
walking
one's
around
back
until he
here.
finds a group of little Girl Scouts who call themselves the Rainbow Squirts.
Get your
Now, the
luck
Rainbow
cookies.
Squirts are led by their den mother. And the den mother
Can't tell
claims that
me
she is the one who has
there
been
we
protecting
go.
the milkman. You shall not
I
see the
didn't
milkman.
get one.
Suddenly,
What the hell?
a bunch of sensors
There's
and
only
G-men
10
show up at the
per
house
soul,
where the
though.
den mother is.
Some bullshit.
also repair now. There's no reason not to. There's a bot down. Everybody should be at 100%.
Squirts go to war against the sensors, and they start fighting each other. Raz follows the Den Mother into a secret room, and there he finds the Milkman.
Alright.
The Milkman is in a sleep-like state, and he's
Ark
guarded by
and
the Raz
Yunko,
to defeat her, get out of my way,
you
I wanna see
are
the Milkman.
northwest. Your number one job is to stand here and kill the elementals as they come through. If there's a tainted elemental, that becomes your priority. Myself and Baby Mints, we are here. Same priorities. Kath and Calvin,
The Milkman ascends
over
and he
here.
uses his
Same
Molotov
priorities.
to destroy the sensors
Elementals
of
and
the
then tainted elementals when they come up become priority.
Boyd has taken on the persona
Over
of the
here,
Milkman.
Embers and
He
Shout.
grabs a crate of milk bottles
Same
and
priorities.
enters the
Tainted
asylum.
elementals and then
Raz's like,
elementals.
That's weird. So he follows.
Everybody else.
Now he's wandering through the asylum.
If you are
and there
ranged,
jars
you need to
everywhere
kill Striders. That is all your
contain the
job.
brains
Kill
of
Striders.
camp kids. Raz collects all the brain jars.
If
and
you
heads
are
back to
melee,
camp. Now, Cruller
kill
helps
elites.
Raz replace the brains into the kids here. Push, 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 push.
Elite is Nagas, by the way.
Yes, Nagas.
Everyone says, Raz, time
Thank
for me to
you.
go back into the
Nagas.
asylum
Elite
and
Nagas.
find Loboto's secret elevator. But you can't just go in the elevator, right? Because it's guarded
Healing
by
assignments.
a former patient, Crispin Whitehead. However, Crispin's eyesight is terrible.
This is for the
and
ad
merely
phase.
mistakes Raz for Mr. Loboto.
During every other,
So,
the
Raz
other
gets
two
an idea.
phases,
Why
it's
don't I
really
just disguise
simple.
myself
Heal the
as
tank.
Loboto, and then I'll go in and get the stuff. innit?
Don't let
So
people
he
in the
goes
raid
off
die.
to find some costume stuff, and on the way he meets another patient, Fred Bonaparte.
My name is Napoleon Bonaparte. I only think I'm Napoleon Bonaparte. Do not listen to the weakling. He denies his leader
Everyone's
because
missing
he
wisdom
feels
and might
it.
So
right
Fred
now.
has a bit of a split personality. Sometimes he thinks he's Napoleon Bonaparte, and then sometimes
I
he
think
thinks
doing it
he's
isn't
himself,
here.
Fred Bonaparte.
Yes.
Everybody has
I am and
Or
I'm
do you have
king,
Zuckerberg's from the
whichever
past
one.
in your head? So Raz enters Fred's mind.
Sorry, doing.
We have a bit of backstory. Fred was once an orderly at the asylum. He wasn't a patient. He lost a game to Crispin, and that caused his mind to snap. The ghost of his ancestor,
Alright, he's ready. Let's get ready.
Napoleon Bonaparte, possessed Fred because he was so mad that Fred.
Remember, if you get
lost the game.
static charge,
So
please
the
be
entire
faster
time,
to
you're
lead
in
the
Fred's
group.
mind,
We
you're
lost
playing a game
one
against
DPS that
Napoleon
way.
himself. Raz helps Fred defeat Napoleon and win a game. Raz jumps back into the real world, and Fred has managed to take control of his
Alright,
mind
get ready, I'm
once
pulling.
again.
We did it, Raz. I'm all me again. One person. Not French.
Fred saying thank you. He gives Raz his straitjacket to impersonate Loboto. Here you go.
So he puts on his leather straitjacket and hops on his motorcycle, and he heads over to the next patient.
It was
a
because
former
of the raid
actress,
check.
Gloria
Sorry.
Van Gooten. So
Oh, no,
Raz
you're
immediately
okay.
jumps into her mind.
Like I
I'm
said,
getting
you
in.
slapped.
Now, inside
You
her
kicked
mind,
ass
he
last
discovers that
episode, yeah.
Gloria
Hey,
has been
watch
sent to a
out.
boarding school when she was young.
No
Why does
worries,
this
you're
matter
mad
at
at
all?
all.
Who the fuck is Gloria Van Gooten?
She's a famous actress.
Alright, we're showing this because the levels are good, but it's not of much consequence. Here we go. The school was to teach Gloria how to be a performer. And so
Oh,
Gloria
really like
became a
you.
famous actress and performer. Then her mum killed herself. And Gloria went, what? And then she broke down and went, I'm
Alright,
real
we lost
sad,
Fing.
and I have
Can we get him
decided
up?
to lose my career as well. And inside Gloria's mind is a critic. It's Rotten Tomatoes.
It's
her bad acting that makes
Don't take it until after she hits the 70% mark. If you have under 9k, she can one-shot you.
Great. Well,
And
I'm
she
off to
will
go
as part
kill
of her
myself.
dynamic.
You know, you could be a more constructive critic.
Wrecking Ball, get out. I'm rooted.
Come talk to me.
Need
Which
to get
Raz defeats, and then Gloria is able to move on from her tragedy. Thank you. Also, here's one of my awards. Oh, an Emmy. But it turns out that the award is shaped similarly
Necro's dying, I need help. I need heals.
claw hand. That will be handy. Then
For some
there's
reason,
we
my
lost-
mouse is fucked.
patient
We've lost
Amber
half the raid,
T.
or well, a quarter of the raid.
That's a wipe, dude. Come on, let's wipe. Let's try to reset. Dude,
Yeah,
what's going on
we've
here?
got people not getting out with static charge. I mean,
She doesn't
granted,
reset, I believe.
granted that Rec was rooted, but
I even have PVG trinket on, and I got rooted, so wasn't able to use it.
There,
I mean,
she's,
I used
she's
it on
evading.
cooldown.
There we go. She's resetting. Oh, I guess not.
She does reset if people get to the end of a bridge. Or used to, unless we switched it.
I think we tracked her halfway through the dungeon.
All the way to the elevator.
Yep.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, die.
Yeah, just die in the water.
Yep, jump in the water. Release, run back.
Not that water.
One around that.
There you go, she reset. Because we're all dead. Awesome.
You. Ah, just missed.
Where is the course of pavements?
I think he was a runner. Yeah, I see it. It's right at the end of the bridge. Right at the door. Like the gate that opens for her.
What'd he do?
Oh, you don't want to know.
We're talking about Gladlord.
Yeah.
He's been signing up for raids and he misses them because he joins other raids.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, he's 2-timing us? It's fucked up.
Sounds like a dark elf, dude.
The first time I brought it up, like, dude, you missed raid. Why are you doing another raid for it? He goes, oh, I forgot it was today.
He goes into his head, right? Edgar was a wrestling star in high school, right? And his girlfriend left him for the captain of the cheerleaders.
You know how it goes.
Edgar was
Fuck him.
right? And he lost his fighting spirit. I will not fight anymore, he says. Raz helps Edgar figure out his true feelings following the breakup. You don't need no lady.
How embarrassing. I can't believe I was hung up for so long over these losers.
And he goes back to the real world, and Edgar gives him a painting of Loboto. Thanks. So, with all the materials in hand, Raz disguises himself as Dr. Loboto. Thank you. Oh, yes, I'll just walk past. Thank you, He rides up the elevator. And at the top of the facility, Raz runs into a hunchback old woman. Look at you, you old She warns him to leave, but Raz does not heed the warning, and he continues up the tower, and he sneaks into the lab, which is atop the tower.
Who is that? Why, it's Dr. Loboto. He's talking to that hunchback old woman, whose name is Shigor. Shigor is Dr. Loboto's assistant.
Right.
However, Loboto is forcing Shigor.
Dude, you can tell Necro didn't have a dose today. He's so mad.
Turtle soup?
Another one.
Raz then spots Sasha and Mila's brains in jars near Mr. Loboto. Raz runs off. He finds Shigor. She shows him to Sasha and Mila's unbrained bodies. Lily is there too, but she still has her brain. Now, Loboto tried to take it from her, but she had a cold, and that prevented sniffing the sneezing powder, right? Blocked nose in it. Now, she is restrained, and Raz cannot free her. So, I'll do the next best thing, says Raz, and he heads back to the lab and frees Mr. Pokalope the turtle.
Does anybody know, does she root range? Or is it just melee?
She can root anybody.
She can root anybody. Alright.
And he comes up with a plan to trick Loboto.
Mages can blink out of it, of course. Another one.
And he comes up with a plan to trick Loboto. Shigor presents Mr. Pokalope's brain to Loboto as a doorstop.
Loboto is very pleased. Thank you, Shigor. You've done well. And Raz uses his psychic powers to place Mr. Pokelope's brain inside the prototype psychic tank. And the tank blasts Loboto off of the tower into the water. Shigor and Raz then put Mr. Pokelope's brain back into his head, and then Raz takes Sasha and Mia's brains and he puts it back in their heads. Sasha and Mia free Lily. Coach Oleander then shows up and he faces off with everyone. How dare you get rid of my dentist? Sasha and Mia say this is too dangerous for two kids, and they send Lily and Raz away as they battle the coach. Meanwhile, downstairs, the asylum patients are banding together. They want to leave. They're cured. Edgar accidentally exposes a gas line, which leaks into the facility. Boyd decides now is the perfect time to throw a Molotov cocktail and sets it all alight. The spirit of the milkman, the rainbow squirts, the G-men, and the den mother all leave him, and Boyd exclaims,
"The milkman has completed his route. You guys want to split a calf?"
Then suddenly, it's time for Sasha and Mila to fight Oleander.
They're using their mind powers.
He throws sneezing powder at Oleander, gets him right in the
need
eyes.
wisdom
Oleander
buff.
sneezes his brain out
I
just
might.
as the asylum explodes. Psychonauts then float down safely.
I need
to
wisdom
join
as
Lily
well.
and Raz. Oleander emerges from the rubble. Haha, round two. But he doesn't have a brain, and so he is just a zombie. Suddenly, a prototype tank bursts from the rubble. Haha. Fortunate Son starts playing in the background.
Okay.
A cover version, though, for copyright. Coach Oleander's brain is piloting it. He attacks the Psychonaut. Raz faces off against him.
Alright, I'm gonna start pulling.
It's time to do this, Oleander.
Raz manages to break the glass tank holding Oleander's brain. The tank releases sneezing powder, though, and Raz sneezes his brain out. But Raz manages to place his own brain inside the tank with Oleander.
They're now minds merged together in a beautiful harmony. That's how new brains are born.
Alright, so they've merged then. Raz is thrown into a merged landscape. The mindscape is a giant circus, but there's meat around. Raz is able to discover Coach Oleander's true past. Oleander's childhood was epic. He loved animals.
Calvin, watch your threat.
Rabbits.
Had a charge and baby mints, watch out.
His father was a butcher, and he also loved animals. His father took away the rabbit and murdered the rabbit in front of Oleander's eyes.
Crinkerberg, watch out.
Oleander got older. He decided to join the
Crinkerberg.
military, but he was
Thank you.
rejected from every branch because he was so small.
Crinkerberg needs heals.
Keep him up. Keep him up.
Resented the military, and he vowed, "I will make my own military, and it will be twice as good." Raz then runs around the east.
Chairman, watch out.
He helps a child version of Oleander catch rats. Inside the main tent, Raz faces Oleander's monster father. Oh, big butcher, you were not a nice dad.
I'm doing it, watch out. Alright, 70%.
Raz tries to fight the butcher.
Alright, Necro, can you pop that macro one more time?
Yeah.
Raz lands
Get to your spots. If your name is on there, you have an assignment. All other range and melee, kill your priority targets.
Of Raz's own
Healers spread out around the platform, and if you don't have an assignment, keep everybody up.
Please come up the stairs if you need heals.
You are dumb, and I denounce you as a son. Raz's father then flees. Raz follows though. Oh, I'm gonna see what my dad's up to. The fathers have teamed up. Raz manages to best both of them. How? He hits him. Oh wow, okay. And he knocks
About 10 seconds to the first tainted. Get ready.
Suddenly,
First Naga's about the same.
It's Raz's actual dad.
Rasputin, I see your skull is as hard to penetrate as ever. Dad!
His father has made it to
First Naga's up here.
God, that was a long drive. Augustus is
Got
like,
away.
oh my god. Is that really how my son sees me?
Man, do I need psychics?
I got him.
See my son happy.
Tainted Elemental.
I don't really hate psychics.
Southwest, kill it.
I just wanted to keep you away in order to keep you safe.
I don't see him west. You mean east?
Strider's up. Crinkle.
Dead. You can throw it to me doing it. To Bose.
Of the butcher, and Augustus suddenly rises out of the meat goo from the grinder. Augustus gives Raz
I'm by the first one already. See if you can hit me.
projects a giant
Triangle, then
image
I'll
of
get square.
himself and fights the dad.
Back up, trying. I can't.
Doing it. Just go to doing it then.
Yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
Raz's minds start to separate, and Raz and his
That's
father
one.
leave for the real world.
We did it.
Tired
Next
of
Elemental.
Next
About 15 seconds.
Focus the Strider. We need. You guys need to kill the Striders. Range. Kill the Strider, please.
Kids are all sitting around the campfire, and Coach Oleana says, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for what I did and the things I was.
I won't do it again. Maybe.
I'm a changed man.
Next year there'll be different kids. We can try again.
Raz has cleared my demons. You are the best person at this whole camp compared to Raz.
Strider is up in 5 seconds. We need to take that
Tainted is
Strider
up.
down.
Tainted is pure west. Straight west. Going for it.
Boy, that's very forgiving. And also,
You good?
Raz, why not take a position within Psychonauts? You will get
Okay, got the
Strider,
core.
east side.
Throw it to Art. Just go to the pillar doing it. Go to the. Yep.
Raz and Lily then walk together as Raz
Nice.
prepares
Good job.
like 2 days at camp. Right? The pair suddenly share a
Nuggets up.
Good job, guys. Keep it up.
Yeah, I think we should just stay friends. Sasha, Mila, and
Baby, are
Carl
you good for a second? I'm gonna help with Strider quick.
Another kidnapping. I was here the whole time. You saw me.
Lily's father.
We have
his
Embers
name's
down on the
Truman
northwest side.
Zenardo. He's been kidnapped. Sasha then invites
Alright,
Raz to
Embers is down northwest side, so can I get...
Augustus turns to his son
What
and
other
says,
range do I have here?
Thought it was southwest.
You have my blessing, son.
Is it southwest that you were?
Oh, a man down on
His
the
body's at northwest. He might be the southwest. I don't know. Third
Alright.
Tainted coming up.
Mila, Olean, and Raz.
You want me to cover it?
Yeah, please.
Tainted's
Southwest
up.
or which one is it? North or south?
Kill the Naga. Kill the Naga. And the Strider.
Tainted is up. Northwest.
Kill the Strider, please. 20%. Other
Looted.
Strider's coming up.
Throw into Art.
A sequel will
Perfect.
come
Doing it.
in
Go to the pillar.
very short amount of time.
New
Get
Strider's
directed.
up.
That's fine.
Might be too far.
Need help with elementals.
They're gonna have a sequel.
East side.
They already released it, but yes.
Okay, you run to the pillar. Pillar.
Alright, we're good.
Me.
Range
Right.
on Striders. Elementals. Or Striders and Naga.
You're very visual, aren't you?
Yes.
In the office right now, we have one of those like lights that you can plug in, and it just shows a projection of stars on the roof. We lose Mark in that for hours.
I love it.
Let's go around the table and let's just discuss some of our own mental shortcomings, shall we? I think that'd be a nice experience.
Okay. I'll tell you what my mental shortcomings
New Elemental soon. New Naga soon. Be
Naga
ready.
west side. Naga west side.
I thought you had
Elemental.
No one died
Where's
in
it at?
this game.
No.
Banged.
Okay, so basically the
Elementals
game is going
up
into
here.
people's heads,
Northwest.
going around,
Art, turn around.
oh, check out these furnishings.
No.
And
Did we
that's
get it?
That's the idea.
Yeah, you're going into people's minds.
It wasn't up yet. It's now it's up.
Oh, sorry. I saw it coming up.
So
Okay, it must be east side. I don't see it on
why is
west.
camp?
Here it is
Uh,
on the southeast.
Southeast.
Okay.
School?
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, right.
Remote learning from home over Zoom?
Moving to southwest. They seem to be.
Baby. Alright. Baby's got northeast by himself from now on. I'm gonna help with Strider.
I'd probably paint it like white, like inside, then you know, it's new.
I feel like
It is
yours would
up.
probably be similar to that
Right here.
last level. It's just meat circus everywhere.
Oh yeah, no, it's all
DPS, hit that. Blow it up.
Sweet baby rays.
You can't even see anything. There's just so much smoke everywhere.
Hello everyone.
That needs to die. Good.
From my brain.
Where's the Tainted at?
Yeah, Jeff.
I got it.
Brain callous.
Throw it to.
It's brown.
There's a triangle.
Packaging.
I'm going, doing it. I'm going. Ready? Hit me.
Not that one. It's not that one. Throw it to me. Throw it to me. Or hit him. Okay. Throw it to me.
Alright, she's up.
Alright. Elementals first, then Strider, then Naga. Elementals.
The Strider's up. It's heading towards me.
Healers, keep people up. Can we get a res on Riddim, please?
Thank you for picking up the Strider. Oh boy, that was fun.
Alright. I think that's about it.
Range, blow this up. Get rid of this Strider.
Trigger Brittany's heals. Yes, to add charge. Trigger Britt's dead.
Bose is dead.
Gotta kill that Strider. There we go.
Strider's dead. Alright, all DPS on Lady Vash.
Keep Art up, he's got the debuff on.
Wreck.
Stay spread out, watch your feet. All Baby Mints. Baby Mints and Mage Jello and Yunko. Bats.
You can do it, Lara, because you're a croft.
Oh shit.
What the fuck does that mean?
So, Roth said, listen, Lara, you can
Baby Mints, Mage Jello, Yunko. Bats.
I need a dispel or something. Fuck me!
That was bad RNG.
Climbing axe before the climb.
Enter the climbing axe. Thanks, says Lara. That'll come in handy when I'm climbing. So he wanders off, and he's still saying pointless, contrasting analogies.
Sometimes before you take a step
Well, I need Blessing of Freedom. Oh, I'm good.
Mage and Yunko, I need you to help with the bats. They are getting out of control.
Take that, she says. It's a racial thing, she screams. Racism. So anyway, she's making her way there, but then, I'm kind of tired.
Baby Mints is down. Can we get a res on him?
Now's the time to watch more footage on the camera. I've decided to watch it in 30-second chunks. That way, hopefully the battery will be out by the time
I have a minute and 38 on my wrist.
So she looks at the camera. Here, we see Sam filming some B-roll of some improvements for Dr. Whitman's show. What's the show?
It's like an archaeology type show.
What, does that have any significance whatsoever?
Not really. I mean, it's just sort of like, oh, the characters, they like each other.
Character development. Oh, I love them so much. I'm sure Hope Roth survives.
Keep Kath up.
So Lara continues up the mountain and through the many more ruins. Lara gets a World War II submachine gun, and she immediately uses it against a large group of islanders. Eventually, she finds a radio tower control room. Ah, I found it. I found the console or whatever. Oh, it's wrecked. So Lara gets on the radio. She goes, so the console's wrecked. And Alex goes,
Lara, you're gonna have to manually patch the transmitter through the maintenance panel, but they're not.
That's just gibberish. That doesn't mean anything. Go on.
Listen, because it looks like an old tower, it's probably gonna be the very top of the tower, so go climb up there, Lara.
So she exits the bunker. Oh, I'm gonna get to that tower.
Try and keep Riddim on you.
I love the snow, but that's
Riddim, where the hell did you go?
snowing in Yamacha, and she makes it up to the top. And she goes, I'm about to patch in that transmitter or whatever. It was all
Alright, we have 2 healers up. 3.
Is she opening a safe?
Yeah, what? Listening.
So she sends out an SOS.
Mayday! Mayday! This is Lara Croft of the Endurance.
Suddenly, an aircraft responds.
We heard your SOS. I'm gonna need you to light a fire or something.
That's great. I love burning stuff. So Lara climbs down to the bottom of the tower. Alright, oh yeah, go on. That's so ridiculous. So she finds some fuel tanks. She lights the fuel. The plane spots them and it flies by. But then suddenly a storm appears and lightning hits the plane. Suddenly a female voice in Japanese calls out. Suddenly, the plane starts crashing towards Lara. Action dive out of the way.
Yeah, she runs drops off the side of a mountain and slides down.
Paint the whole screen.
Her leg's gone limp. There we go.
That should be a new achievement.
Fuck is this guy?
Got like 18 bats up. That's, I think, the soft and rage, basically.
And that just went.
They're constant spam, or spawning now.
Jump, Lara.
Holy Look at him.
Yeah.
Okay, how are you still carrying enough
Who
momentum
left?
to keep sliding? This is
One
only
died.
like a 10-degree gradient.
Alright.
And then she sees the airplane pilot and he's parachuting down.
Oh, so
Hey, if you get the static charge in the third
That's what I
phase,
thought.
please do not run to the steps. We cannot heal you there.
And the pilot is going to be just fine except
We lost
for the machine
a healer.
through his chest. Now,
It's
Lara
Banks.
says that's a real shame, and then Lara takes a moment to think for herself, hey, how come that storm hit that plane? It's so unusual. Roth tells Lara to get back here. You gotta get back here immediately. So, Lara decides to run aimlessly until she gets caught in a rope trap. Uh-oh. She fights them off while hanging upside down. Then she gets free. Lara then finds Roth. Lara says to Roth, hey, what happened? It seems like more than a coincidence that the plane...
The deep sea is vast, dark, and nearly freezing cold, and it is also full of giants. As we begin to descend the ocean depths, we first pass through the epipelagic zone. Here is where almost all ocean life exists, thanks to the sun's penetrating energy. Here, animals are colorful and abundant. Next, we reach the mesopelagic zone, also known as the ocean twilight zone. Here, light becomes very dim, and photosynthesis becomes impossible. Below 1,000 meters, all sunlight disappears, and we enter into the midnight zone, or the bathypelagic zone. The only light that can be seen down here is the glowing bioluminescence from the skin of squids or the lures of anglerfish. The pressure here is immense, temperatures shockingly low, but the
So
ocean
we're losing a DPS and we're losing a healer.
I'll be right back real quick.
reaches depths of up to
Yeah, sorry guys.
6,000 meters,
Good
with
luck.
pressure 600 times that of our terrestrial
Don't worry about it.
The abyssal realm is
These are
considered
the
the
fucking
single
trolls.
largest ecosystem for life on Earth, covering 300 million square kilometers.
God damn it.
About 60% of the surface of the globe.
Sorry, bro, I said it
But the
first.
deepness of the ocean doesn't stop there.
Alright, Pally at the bottom of the elevator. Bot me. Bot me. I'm coming down. Coming down. No.
Oh, bye, bitch.
Ooh, and it's on the thing too.
The deepest of these ever discovered is the Mariana Trench. And despite all logic, life survives in these darkest depths. And the
Crinkle
creatures
res me,
here
bro.
have evolved to
Oh,
be
Cap's got it.
freaky. From the ghostly to the terrifying to the absolutely gigantic. The giant Japanese spider crab, the big red jellyfish, the king of herring.
We can't afford to lose a Shaman Drax.
Squid, the Greenland shark,
Fair enough.
and the giant isopods. These animals are all examples of deep sea gigantism. The tendency that deep sea
Is
animals
Banks busy or
have to be
something?
substantially
He said
larger than
he
their
would come with
shallow
his
water
priest, I think.
Who did?
waters
Banks.
intensely cold and dark.
Spank?
Why do these
Yeah, it's Banks. Whatever you say.
an eerie coincidence of the deep dark sea
He did say that.
or a feature of
On his
life
priest?
He said to hit him up on Discord.
Oh, look who it is.
Sorry, I fucking fell.
Look who it is.
Feel the burn, bro.
Below 400 meters,
The girlfriend just brought me some pizza. I got distracted.
as sunlight tapers off.
Okay. Oh, understood.
Company, baby. Let's go.
And without this
What do you want him as a healer?
I mean,
Someone pulled.
And what brings Spank as his mage?
have to rely on detritus that rains down from shallower waters, a phenomenon called marine
I'm not looking back.
Marine snow
No.
is mainly composed
Jesus
of dead
Christ.
plankton, fecal pellets, and bits of rotting corpses that fall to the sea floor as fine particles.
Just
Some
kill 'em.
animals
Fuck
rely
it.
directly and completely on marine snow.
Goofballs.
The vampire squid, for example, has special adaptations to help them better catch and eat the fallen particles. Two long filaments extend from their bodies to capture any that drifts past them, in their habitat 900 meters deep. Marine snow is the backbone for all life in the deep, but it can't support a great deal of biomass. The number of creatures in the deep is sparse. and the food
Oh, and I'm gonna die now too. Are you fucking kidding me?
Eat marine snow directly, but rely on eating those that do, and thus the pressure of predation is extremely high.
Just
Any
kidding.
small fish,
I got
crustacean,
drain
or
life, bitch.
cephalopod has a big target on its
Fuck
back
you,
from
elemental.
any larger predator. And for this reason, it became evolutionarily advantageous for animals to get rid of this target on their back, to transition from being a prey animal into a top predator. Enter the giant squid, both an icon and an enigma of the deep. By the turn of the 21st century, the giant squid remained one of the few extant megafauna to have never been photographed alive. What we know about the giant squid largely comes from specimens that have washed ashore. It wasn't until 2004 that the first photographs of a live giant squid in its natural habitat were taken in the Twilight Zone.
We're for wrath, man. You just need only 2 tanks and 3 healers. That's it.
2 tanks, 2 healers, 6 DPS.
I thought that you didn't get the like best gear that way. I heard this is like suboptimal gear.
Yeah, but it's better than no gear. So that's all I care. That's all I care about.
Here's
as long
the
as
thing.
I can do the instance, that's fine with me.
And there's some upgrades later on, but you need to get collectively upgraded to go do the stuff for later on. So it's still really good run.
If you wanna hit Lich King in Nax and you're not doing very well in 25, the 10-man gear is good enough to do 25-man Lich King.
Not the largest of the deep sea squids. The colossal squid, sometimes called the Antarctic squid, is the largest invertebrate in the world. They're shorter in length than the giant squid at only 10 meters, but can weigh between 500 and 700 kilograms, lurking in depths over 2,000 meters. It's easy to imagine such a massive creature as an aggressive top predator, darting through the water, snatching prey and dominating its adversaries, ripping sailboats apart, etc. But this squid teaches us something else about deep-sea giants. They aren't necessarily the dominating predatory force we imagined, because with their large size comes something else, an extremely slow metabolism. The colossal squid takes something called Kleber's Law to the next level. Kleber's Law states that metabolism doesn't scale linearly with body size, as you might predict. A horse that weighs 1,000 times more than a mouse doesn't require 1,000 times more energy. Instead of metabolism scaling linearly with body size, it scales with an animal's mass to the 3/4 power. This applies to all life on Earth, from blue whales right down to individual cells. It's largely a consequence of the physics and geometry of animal circulatory systems, an animal's surface area to volume ratio, and the fractal nature of blood vessels. And all this means that the larger an animal is, the more efficient it is. And the colossal squid seems to be exceedingly efficient. One study estimated the metabolic rate of the colossal squid to be so low that they only burn 45 calories per day and only require 0.03 kilograms of food per day. A single adult toothfish would be enough food for a 500-kilogram colossal squid for approximately 200 days. Their energy requirements are 300-fold to 600-fold lower than other similarly sized top predators of the Southern Ocean. This indicates that the colossal squid has a particularly slow pace of life. It doesn't chase down its prey in epic battles like we might imagine. Instead, it sits and waits for prey to unwittingly approach, then uses the hooks on its arms and tentacles to ensnare it. This opportunistic lifestyle also makes sense, because in water so deep, visual predation would be nearly impossible due to
Company if any heals or not.
The colossal squid does have the largest eyes of any animal in the world, up to 30 centimeters wide, but scientists believe these eyes are not for catching prey, but for detecting and avoiding predators. Not many creatures can hunt a squid so large, but a select few can, most notably sperm whales. Food scarcity and predator avoidance are some of
and let me just hit up Spank you for his mage.
Grow so large and have such slow metabolisms, but they are not the only pressures. The deep, cold water itself forces such gigantism to occur. Bergman's rule states that animals found in cold environments will be larger than those found in warm environments. This rule, however, has historically only been found to be definitively true for endotherms, the warm-blooded animals like birds and mammals. Does this trend also apply to ectotherms, the squids, crabs, and isopods that inhabit the deep? It's a surprisingly controversial area of science, but it's clear that certain species of ectotherm are indeed larger at colder temperatures. This can certainly be seen in the polar regions of the Earth, where marine sponges, worms, and even single-celled organisms get huge. And where the water's deep and polar, there's one of the strangest giants of them all. The Greenland shark is the largest fish in the Arctic Ocean, and one of the largest sharks on Earth, 7 meters long and weighing as much as 1,400 kilograms. It lives at depths over 2,000 meters, where the water temperature is between -2 and 7 degrees Celsius. It's the only shark that can withstand the cold waters of the Arctic year-round. And this extremely cold environment has caused the shark to not just be huge, but ancient. Greenland sharks are the longest living vertebrates in the world, so old that there are likely individuals swimming in the sea that were alive before Christopher Columbus voyaged to the Americas, before Michelangelo painted the Sistine Chapel, while the Aztec and Incan empires were still thriving. Scientists estimate their average lifespan to be at least 272 years, with some individuals living perhaps well over 500 years. Inside the shark's eyes, there are proteins that form before birth that are then covered by many layers of the lens of the eye. These proteins do not degrade with age, so by carbon dating them, scientists can roughly determine the age of the shark. One 5-meter female was assessed to be between 272 and 512 years old. These sharks don't even reach reproductive age until around 150 years old. Their astoundingly long life can be attributed to their exceedingly low metabolism.
What up, company?
Much
Oh,
like the
I thought it kicked me out.
and just like
Like,
the
well,
squid,
fine.
they are extremely slow and opportunistic feeders.
If you were here 5 minutes earlier, you would have seen the perch.
Their stomach
So do I gotta run there?
We got a summons for you, bro.
Alright.
Just like the
Yeah, I'm
giant
ready. I'm
squids,
just
they
respecting
too would
now.
struggle to spot and chase prey in the pitch black waters. But even if the water wasn't so dark, the sharks still couldn't see, because a particular crustacean constantly latches onto their eyeballs, damaging them to the point of total blindness. The thought of drifting along in -2-degree pitch black water for 500 years with crustaceans attached to your eyeballs gives me heebie-jeebies of the highest order. The animals we've discussed so far are certainly strange, incredible, and even creepy. But we've only gone as deep as the meso and bathypelagic zones,
Fuck,
200 to
didn't save it.
4,000 meters down.
Oh yeah, I did.
The ocean goes deeper still and reveals one of the
Alright, I can't find another DPS, so we're just gonna 24-man it.
ever discovered.
Fuck yeah.
In the Hadal trenches, 6,000 to 11,000
Nah,
meters
Spanky's
Oh,
not
here.
hitting me up.
the temperature
Damn,
varies
Tumar's
between
gone.
1 and 4 degrees Celsius.
Was he still in his
There
move?
is no light, and
Nah,
the
he got girl
temperature is
aggro.
1,100 times that of the surface.
Gay?
Here, the marine snow that gives life to most of the deep barely trickles down.
Jess is gonna be missing for like a month.
Reaches past the twilight zone.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
MIA.
Seems like life
Yeah.
should
Fucking
be
shit.
possible, but instead, the deeper you go, the more you'll find colossal amphipods crawling along the bottom. Shallow water amphipods are usually around 5 millimeters to 20
Doom hasn't been shut up to raid, so he got GK.
Who?
Dude, Necro's in a pissy mood today. He GK'd like 8 people earlier.
I
was
wasn't here for the purge.
You missed it, bro.
It was savage. He just went down the list. Fuck this dude. Fuck that dude.
Was
I
playing
don't like the way
loud,
this guy
angry
sounds.
music.
Fuck him.
People hear gunshots. Great, you had to be there.
I'm pissed now.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure somebody was murdered, but you know.
These amphipods and isopods
Necro,
are
our calf, and
scavengers
Yoko.
identified
Oh,
eating
okay.
any
Cool, we got
decomposing
it.
material they
Sorry.
can find.
What was that, bro?
And their large
Are
body
Kath and
size may
Yoko
help
Ono
them
with
store
you?
as much food and energy
Yes,
as
they're
possible
they're
when
here.
they can find it.
We're summoning, bro.
Repeatably, when giant isopods
Can't
find a
forward.
significant food source, they gorge themselves to the point of compromising their locomotive ability. By doing this, they can survive long periods of
Hell
famine.
yeah.
Giant
Fuck
isopods
yeah,
have been known
appreciate
to
it.
survive over 5 years without food in captivity. Their large body size also allows them to travel greater distances in search of their next meal. Another reason for their huge body size might have to do with the
Oh,
viscosity
Necro, I gotta
of
do
the
some
water
twos,
at
bro.
such
You
depths
down
and
after
cold
raid?
temperatures.
I
Down
just
there,
did my
water
fives.
would feel thicker than water at the surface.
Get fucked.
Larger
Who's
body
the
size
rating?
may give
Which
these
rating is
deep-sea
higher?
invertebrates
Or
a
is you the
migratory
team?
advantage that helps them
1300.
overcome the larger viscous
Yeah, dude, we're
forces
not
in
getting
the
a
water.
1300.
Even with all
I'll
these
lose
factors,
games, bro.
it
We
is
could just
still
lose
hard
the
to
twos
comprehend
games. I
how
just
there
need
could be
10.
enough food
I need
at
my
these
points.
depths to support these giants. But recently, researchers
I just need
discovered that
points,
some
man.
of these creatures might be feeding
Jesus.
on an entirely
Sound like a fucking
unexpected
crackhead.
food source.
I
Itching
am,
yourself too?
bro.
Like,
I'm
I
so
need
close.
them
I'm so,
goddamn points,
bro.
man.
I'm
I
so
need
close
them,
to my
man.
fucking weapon, bro.
One that
I'm
seemed
so
like
close
its
to that
purpose was
weapon.
to break down
I just
plant
need
Dude.
like
matter.
2
This
more
was
fucking
surprising,
weeks
because
of points,
absolutely
and I
zero
forgot to do
plant life
last
can
week's.
live in the Hadal depths,
Whoa,
and the
man.
amphipods wouldn't need this
no.
enzyme to digest
Whoa.
bits of algae in the form of marine snow.
I'm
Yet,
tired
when
today, buddy.
scientists
Today was a
tested the
shit
enzyme,
day.
it
Yeah?
converted sawdust
Yeah.
and wood pulp directly into glucose. And on top of this,
I
its
literally just got
enzymatic
home. I got
activity
home at like
increased
10
under
o'clock.
high
Been
hydrostatic
on the
pressure.
fucking road for
The
like
higher
11
the
hours.
pressure, the faster and more efficiently the
I'm
enzyme
so
could
tired.
digest cellulose.
Pushing overtime?
There may be
Well,
no
yeah, it's
plants
overtime.
living in the Hadal
This was
Fuck
my
stream,
yeah.
overtime
but
day
on
because I'm
occasion,
signing up. I
large
sign up
pieces
for
of
2 extra
driftwood
days
will
of
sink
overtime.
all the way to the
But they
bottom of the deepest parts of
really
the
gave me
sea.
the dick
And
today.
being able to
Oh,
convert
Yummy.
Daddy
driftwood
Bezos,
oh,
directly
baby.
into energy
fuck,
is
man.
of high survival value. For an animal
Daddy
Even my
Bezos isn't just giving you the crumbs today, he's gonna give you that mashed potatoes.
about the deep sea, we do know that it's
What
a very
that even
delicate
mean?
ecosystem. Many of these animals
Well,
already
don't you know
live
Daddy
on the
Bezos gives
margin
his
of
employees the
survival,
crumbs from his table?
and any
Oh, hell
change
yeah.
to their
Well,
environment
I would say a
would
little
mean
less
the
than
end
crumbs,
for these
motherfucker.
giants.
But not today,
Understanding
company. You got the mashed potatoes, baby.
You mashed my potatoes, that's all I gotta say.
Ooh,
That's hot.
kinky.
Alright, I'm gonna
Fucking
take this
hot.
dab before we start here.
Far-off alien planet,
I need to
but
get
it's still
stoned before
very
we
much
do this.
connected to
Way ahead of
and
you.
dependent on ours. And scientists now
I got
believe
these
we
fucking
very
nice
well
ass
may be
dabs from the
Necro GCO
dispensary,
chat.
bro.
We are only beginning to understand the
Yeah, it's too late, bro.
connection between
Better get the show on the road.
and the links between them and the terrestrial environments in which we live.
Well, I can ask if he wants to come in, but we're gonna have to summon him afterwards.
Or you just got run here. Oh fuck, that burned.
Fucking Santa, bro. Ho 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 ho.
Alright, let's buff up.
Sorry, I'm
So-
I'll go on push to talk. I'm
You
sorry.
him.
You
Oh
feel
my
this
God.
crap?
Turn on
Stop
push
him.
to talk. Push to cough, I mean.
Floating alone in the darkness,
Oh, he already coughing.
where
He's
some
pressing the
of
push
its
to cough.
eyeballs
He's
are
spamming it.
onto something. I bet the Greenland shark doesn't doom scroll
Oh, I think I
itself
can
into
breathe now.
insomnia
You
every
need to
night.
write that
Or
on your
begin the
dab
day with
stick.
a cup
Push
of
to cough.
anxiety, reading a subreddit and disassociated threads of arguing
That's amazing.
and stupidity. But
Necro,
since
he's saying
I
he's in
am
PvP spec. Do we
unfortunately
care?
human, I often do
Oh,
exactly these things.
Devil.
I want to
I
stay
don't care.
informed, but then find myself getting sucked into the news and social media, working myself up, trashing my mental health, and honestly
him sign the
wasting a
form.
lot of time. So this is why I've switched my morning news routine to Morning Brew. Morning Brew can't make the news better, but it can make it understandable and digestible. Morning Brew gets you up to speed on business,
Alright.
finance, and tech in just 5
Oh, does any healers have an extra like healing power shit? I'll buy it off them. Food too.
And how come there are so many free samples these days?
Oh,
People in
company
Africa
here. Your
starving.
software has
Why
growth.
don't they just go to the grocery store?
Devil too.
Open trade.
I'm good, bro. Don't, I'm not even worried about loot, dude. I'm just here to help.
You sure, dude? You get 4
Yeah.
this time.
No,
Yeah.
you're good.
Well, at least put your.
Wait,
No,
hold
no,
up. Is it really 4?
God damn it.
Drax already got some darks. However the fuck you say.
Yeah, it's unlocked, dude. Just do it quick.
They've got this copy on the back, and it is the wankiest copy. Not
You got 5.
Wait, did I get it?
Raid general chat. Devil. SR's out.
You guys ever notice that this pillar's basically a giant magic wand?
Alright. Let's get a pull in though.
Left in the dust. The infinite bounds.
Do you have a Solarian one? Is that
and barreling.
Do I have a what?
Is that from Solarian? The SR you have?
Kick out the sand.
The SR? Which one? I don't even remember what I SR'd. What did I SR?
Crisp and
Is it the
cool
wand?
with a kaleidoscope blend of flavors. It'll keep the fast time
It might be.
spinning.
It's literally the only other thing I'd want. So.
Mother is calling. Pursue
Fuck it, we'll kill him.
search for adventure.
Well, then I'm changing mine to the fucking wand.
No.
No,
They're locked.
Hopefully this video will be large.
The only people that are changing their SRs are the people that just
Mother
joined.
Energy gets the message that this shite can't be printed on the back of the can any longer.
Mother Energy.
They've got a great product. They've got the best product. It is
We're probably
like
not.
the cheapest energy drink on the
Cross that
market,
bridge when
and
we
it's the
get
best
there.
one.
The sour apple one's pretty good. It's Epic Swell. It's the light blue one. Yeah, you'll like it. You like sour things.
Get a free Mother mobile phone card holder. I don't understand what is happening with this. They have the worst
software's
marketing
in.
of
We're gonna
anyone.
put what they'll do.
It's like, what does this pattern mean?
Get
It
a
doesn't
full
mean
in.
anything. Okay,
Yep.
it's got Gothic writing, which is incredibly hard to read. It looks like it says "wather," and then they've put all that.
You guys got your
shite
software
in.
in before I lock it?
Well, I know how to attract customers. They'll get a free mobile phone card holder.
What does that mean? A mobile phone
Company's
card?
good.
What's a
Devil.
mobile phone card? Oh, it sticks to your phone and it holds cards.
Okay. Sure. So I can lose everything at once. That's helpful. Since 2006, Mother has been the trusted brand to give the people of our country the energy to explore, create, have fun, and live life to the fullest. From sunrise to sunset,
we can
city
res
to
ashes?
surf, next door to the great outdoors,
Yeah, sure, go
rooftops to
for
the
it.
underground.
It's the
When we get there.
same shit.
Necro's like, it's
I'm just
going
gonna
to be
list all
anyways.
the places.
I'm gonna list as many contrasts.
He's like,
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna DJ, so I don't care.
Little do y'all know, I already bribed Necro. He gets sexy time tomorrow night
Hashtag always on.
with his
So
wife.
Wait, that's no matter if it drops.
No. If it drops, that's the only way
No,
he gets
no,
it.
no. See, I heard no matter if it drops.
Is this up to date?
It's the only way Necro
Last
can get hard
post
anymore.
3 days ago.
Okay, so let's still kick
Just
it.
tucking
I
in the
just wanna be
corner.
in the room when they decided that it was going to be called.
Alright.
Alright, there you go. Devil Grass is in.
It's second cousin.
No,
Like, it
Devil,
doesn't
you
mean
can't.
anything.
Good post, guys.
Kill
happened?
This is
Necro.
someone's job.
Who? They're just out of
Rest my
ideas.
investments.
Like, look how many followers it's got. Not very many at all.
Nothing serious.
This is a
Alright,
fairly
let's
small
start.
brand. We could totally
Alright,
have
let's go.
influence over these guys.
We could bully them.
I like the idea of just taking over a small brand. That would be fun.
Just like leverage your immense clout over them.
Hold on, boys. Ad time. It's Mother Man. Yeah.
Killing me
Mother
green.
Man, I just had sex with your wife. Suggestions for Mother Man. Oh, it'll be great. The editor will have to do some difficult stuff.
Okay. Mother Man.
It's not easy to have it all. When you're a mother and a busy professional, there's just not enough hours in the day. That's why I drink Mother Energy.
And my kids. And my husband. And my car. Try new Mother Snortables.
Thank you,
Put it in your eyes, and your eyes will see twice as quickly.
Mom, I'm kind of getting sick of this energy drink. I'd like just some water. Is there any water?
There's water
I'm
in
really
Mother.
thirsty.
What do you think the main ingredient is?
It's Soccer Mother as well.
That goal was legit. She's simultaneously a mother and a well, I'm not really
Gotta
seeing
charge
the
the
man part,
members,
I'm seeing
watch
a lot
out.
of the mother, if you know what I mean. I'm seeing some fucking cans.
Ember needs
Yeah,
heals.
well, that's her tagline. She goes, "Take a look at my delicious cans." Or it's.
She's like completely oblivious.
Yeah, no, she has no idea. She's got straws in one hand, and then she's got all the flavors here.
Yeah.
Mother, of course, she arrives to the scene in the Mother-mobile.
Of course.
Alright,
What would that be?
70%.
Like,
Get to your
SUV.
positions.
Yeah, an affordable SUV.
She's racing to the scene
Feel the
to
burn.
pick up her kids from soccer practice.
You're on.
Hey kids, it's me, your mom.
She just got done cheating on her
Necro.
husband with the pool boy again.
Please.
Yes, she's
Got
on
it.
her husband
Where do you
all
want?
the time.
And you know she has a custom license plate.
Oh, yeah. But she
Company
couldn't get Mother.
raid heals, please.
Yeah, oh, she's in a hurry. Mother man, we need you at the scene.
She smashes an entire can of mother and throws
Just
it
kind
out
of
the
pick a
window.
quarter of the platform and use
Goes
that
to
as your home
Dr.
base.
Shield.
No, Mother man.
Alright, 15 seconds
It's
to
like- this is
elementals and
chaos. It's
Nagas.
like a 16-car pile up behind her and she's just
Strider in 30.
She finally gets to the scene. Diddle-a-diddle-a-doo. I gotta save those kids. By the way, this is fine. This photo is taken from a scene where the kids all got out just fine. Otherwise, we wouldn't show this image. Anyway, she gets there.
Skids up. The door opens.
Nagas over here. Nagas northeast.
Tainted is up. Everyone look around.
Tainted is northeast as well.
Alright.
Baby, turn around. We gotta kill this.
In Berry Blast.
Yeah, this is the cold one. That she shakes it up and sprays all over them. This thin coating of liquid energy.
Strider northeast,
will
pick it up.
protect you from
Baby.
the fire.
But there's one kid who's like, oh, I can't.
come on.
Mother
Nope,
man.
we missed
What's
it.
wrong, Steve?
Guys.
I'm diabetic.
She just goes flat-faced.
Tainted
like her
elementals
smile
are
drops.
number one priority.
You can, Steve.
What are you talking about? Diabetes is a
Tainted is southeast.
No, it's fine. She's got the sugar.
Calvin.
So he gets one. Of
And
those.
Mage, turn
Oh,
around.
it's on an
Calvin
empty
and
stomach.
Mage,
My
turn
tummy
around.
really hurts.
The kid throws up and she's like,
Make sure you kill the Strider too.
drink your vomit.
The mother made me do it.
Alright, doing it.
Okay.
I'm
What does that
at the top of
mean?
the stairs.
This is terrible.
I mean, but you still drink it. So what does that say about you?
Oh, well, it tastes good.
Buy the thing,
This
throw it to the wreck.
freeze your
Oh my
nuts
God, figure.
off cold.
There's just like a random mash of words
Touchdown.
together.
Yeah. Oh, so they've gone. Oh man, it's best drunk cold. Yeah. Oh, we'll say something edgy like freeze your nuts off. Yeah. Okay,
Range,
cool. I'll
Strider.
put that into a sentence. Best drunk, freeze your nuts.
Dude, that Strider
off
is-
cold.
And then you scroll up a little bit.
Can
and
we
it's
get
like,
Knuckle up real quick?
also, we have fish derivatives.
What's the fish?
Cricketbird's
Where's
dead.
Crinkle?
We contain blended fish lips for your convenience.
Contact
Yeah,
us.
can we send them an email about
All
that?
right. So what's my first name?
Elemental
Derek
in
Fastman.
3,
Yeah, that's pretty
Naga in
stupid.
7.
Yeah. Max.
Speed.
Tainted soon.
Life lived.
Tainted
or
is
something,
here.
You know, like
Life Livison.
this could end
Northeast,
one of two
tainted.
ways.
Mother.
It ends up with
Naga is
the mother
northwest.
company destroyed or a lucrative sponsorship. We're going all in.
Because we
Get that
recorded a lot of
elemental
nice
gas.
things about it.
Go ahead.
But
Doing
if you
it.
don't fix that copy, that
Gotcha.
audio is not getting
Alright, throw it
released.
to me.
That's right. Okay. So, long story
Nice.
short. I was spinning in a bit.
Remember, attack the Striders.
To not be left into the dust.
Range,
Well,
Strider.
the good times were seemingly never ceasing until, to my shock, my mouth was full of. Fuck, how do you spell kaleidoscopes? My whole world came crashing down. From sunrise to sunset, city to surf, next door to the greater. Let's just remove one of these.
Got elementals coming through on the east side. Little help.
I'm getting a call. It's Mother. Yes, Mother. I'll be right there. Alright, I guess we just send this and just...
New Strider, east side.
The interesting thing about this as well is...
Cut! That's it. We've been talking about Mother for 2 hours. We're not doing this. We're moving on. I don't want to edit a whole video on nothing but Mother.
Tainted is on west.
Moving on.
Due west. I'm right on it. Okay. Or do you, Art?
Guys, it's your boy, Nordman here. Today we're going out on the streets to do some
Good job. Nice. One more.
Excuse me, sir. Could you load up Netflix on your phone?
Yeah, sure, I guess. It's connected to Netflix Iceland.
Elemental coming in.
You just got pranked
Good.
so hard. We've just connected your phone to one of Nord's thousands of international servers. Now you can
Naga,
access content
northeast.
from all over the globe.
Oh yeah, dude. I'll buy the merch.
You're on Nord prank. Hey girl, you want to do scissors, paper, rock?
Next
for a
Strider in
kiss?
5. We gotta get this one down.
Guess I'll see if someone else wants to be one of the 6
Down.
devices on my NordVPN.
New northeast, Crinkle.
Too late.
Tainted's about to come up.
You had your chance. You just got Nord
Strider.
prank. What's up, guys? We just stole this dog, and we're gonna hold him to
Where's that Tainted?
ransom. We'll use
Not up yet.
NordVPN so no one can find our location.
Alright, now it's up.
Actually, I forgot to
Northwest,
turn on
northwest.
VPN.
Alright guys, that's the end of the video. Big thanks to NordVPN. They're the ones who keep improving these
Going to you, Art.
Art, Bose's throw it to doing it, triangle.
Naga, northwest.
Go to nordvpn.com/incognito.
Yep, I'm on it.
For a huge
Dunk
deal
it.
off a
Alright,
2-year plan.
elementals.
Pick up a
Strider.
Naga. Naga's up killing people.
We had a game at school. It was called fruit bagging.
I'm intrigued.
So what you do is you find a relatively
Alright,
thin
elementals
tree,
first,
you know,
then
something
melee
around
on
6
Naga,
inches in
ranged
diameter,
on
something like
Strider.
that. You get a plastic bag and you get a nice right.
Get away
fruit
from
like
bows,
this
I
one,
have static
and you
shock,
put it
I need
in the
heals.
plastic bag, and then you swing it around as hard as you can, and then you hit the tree.
Yeah.
The plastic bag then wants to
Alright,
wrap around
all
the tree
all
with
DPS,
a lot of
elemental,
force, and
or
it is absolutely unpredictable.
Naga,
in which
thank you.
direction the fruit
Make sure to
will
keep
burst.
drowning totem down.
As soon as all ads are dead, we're killing. We're doing Lust, right?
Yes, Lust,
We should have fucking
and
Lust then.
everybody on Vash.
Never watch for a static charge.
Kids inventing Russian roulette. I love that.
Oop, poison, poison, watch out, get out of the way.
So stripper cakes, right?
Yes.
Are you supposed to eat the stripper cake?
Yes.
It's just made of cardboard, right?
That
When you
is
spot-
Hunter,
You mean to eat the stripper?
Mage
Surely
Jello,
they're
and
not made of real
Yunko.
cake. Otherwise, you would have to do a ton of labor on the outside.
Just for, yeah.
But you can spot a
I got static. Necker has static charge, watch out.
Melee, get away from Necro.
You've been going to.
Have you seen a stripper cake in real life?
I've seen a stripper, but I haven't seen a cake.
And
But I
Ruth,
can
any
imagine-
help?
Was she eating cake?
No, she was jiggling around a lot, and I watched in awe.
Did you eat cake?
Do you know if you go through the McDonald's drive-thru at 3 a.m., they'll do literally anything they want. If you go up to the little box, you can just say to put anything in a burger, and they'll do it.
There's all sorts of things that you can also ask for that aren't on the menu. Like you can ask for a cup of pickles, and they'll just do a cup of pickles.
Yeah. So here, we've been trying to get rid of these fucking things for days.
We got jars of the stuff, and more keeps coming.
I love the idea of a McDonald's manager who just doesn't understand how the supply chain works. Where does all this keep coming from?
The fridges are full, damn it.
Just walking out into the restaurant area with just boxes of frozen meat. He's like, do you want this? It just keeps showing up.
So it seems like my whole adult life.
Keep Mage Jello up.
50-50
Yeah,
chance
poison.
whether the ice cream machine.
Rax,
is
can we
out
get
of
Wind Fury?
service. And I don't
I have to
Company
keep
or
driving.
setting.
technology has
Ah,
not
shit, okay.
improved such that you cannot, for example, clean the
It's not
ice cream
something I can
machine
totem
within
twist
10
either.
minutes and have it up and running again, and
Well,
only need to clean
you're
it
good.
twice a day at most.
McDonald's, we're fucking coming for you.
Like, I want to know what's actually happening, because I don't believe that the machine is out of service. I think that they're covering up for something. It's like, for some reason, they don't want to
Oh, well, green
serve
shit.
ice cream at
PvP
particular
trinket
times.
for the win.
Oh, sure. Like they go there just for ice cream, but then you say they're broken and they're too awkward to back out at this point.
Exactly. So you still got your like, oh, here's a 50-cent
Alright.
cone, guys, and it costs them like, 45
That's
cents to
cute.
make, so the margin on it's way too low.
Green shit,
But
green shit,
then,
green shit.
Oh, well, sorry guys, it's broken. You got to order whatever else you get. Oh, I have fries and a cheeseburger then, and all of a sudden, dollar margin.
Hope I'm just melting down the cheese.
Ah.
Maybe I'll put mustard.
This
Had a
burger's
charge of
harder
knocked
to
out,
put
watch out.
together than I am right now.
Ketchup, mustard,
I
ketchup.
can't move.
Imaging
Sure.
specialist.
Cheating!
Enhancing some color, taking out.
Good job,
Fucking
guys.
lies.
There we
Thank
go.
you.
Finally.
Yo guys, thank you company.
Cowards.
Well, let's see what drop. Oh, he's almost killing this. Almost killing this.
Alright.
Agents of conservation.
Let's see.
Artificiales.
Dagger drop.
We have one of
Bang,
those Twitch
yeah.
groups,
Willing
You want full
shoulders.
loot and then just till we
One of
kill
those
blind guy
groups
and
of
then
the
yeah.
Agents
Yeah.
of Conservation Artificial.
Nothing we wanted.
Quite good.
I do like
Dropped.
They just sound pretty cool.
At-
actually.
Devil.
And then our acronym will be SAM. But
Nothing
each
good.
of those letters doesn't correspond with the.
Don't jump in
I
the
got that
water.
diverge for a moment. I can
Barry, you
almost
already
tell
have that
when a
dagger?
fucking
Yeah, jump on the
movie
side.
Yeah, I
or
have
game
it.
is gonna do bad
Huh.
when they
It was-
have
It's
a
unique
title
too.
like that. Reckoning the kingdoms of
Backsticker could have used
Mordor.
that, but
Like,
you got
oh,
white
it's gonna
background.
fail.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even need to look at the poster. I
Ow.
don't need to look at the reviews. I just know it will do badly.
I was kind of
because they
hoping
just
the
couldn't pick a
sea witch
fucking
robes were
name.
gonna
There was
drop.
one that came close, but did actually do
Buying a
well. Bro,
resident, I
just
was like,
call it Kingdom Come. That's fine. You don't need.
I hate that the
Wait,
colours
so how many
are-
more
I
bosses
guess
do we
they're
have
either
here?
expecting like a sequel or
Um,
looks
can I get
more authentic
couple
or
people to
something.
stop here real quick
Peanut,
as soon as
Bridges,
Devil zones
but,
in.
like, Don't
help me summon him.
Peanut.
Here's a worse one, okay, and this one just came out recently. Werewolf, the Apocalypse.
And we get Leother, Sublime, and Stormlaw character.
It's got 2 of them. How cool would it have been if it was just called Werewolf?
Yeah, I guarantee.
Are we skipping across the water?
Person in the comment section who'll go.
If you want to die.
Don't make me fucking skip. Fine. Don't make me skip.
Blah blah blah. No. They want these things to go fucking gangbusters.
It's not gonna be the New York Times bestseller. It's dying to be.
Thank you.
What? You miss skips?
Well, I do miss skips. I still want to know how that Justin Bieber concert went.
You just give him a karate chop. It's very strange.
Oh, really?
Watch this. That's it. It's dead.
Maybe we need to go to the Justin Bieber concert.
It's just a literal like karate touch of death.
Would you come with me?
Of course, company.
Kind of badass. I remember one time I was a kid, we were fishing at this lake in the town that I'm from, and
that would be an interesting duo.
This little fish. I don't know if we were like meant to have a knife.
We're gonna need some mage sheeps coming up.
Bashed it on a rock.
Well,
it was
give
like
me a
his
minute.
way
I
of
spilled my
killing
drink
it.
all
I
over
remember
the
thinking,
table.
that's not good. I mean, it worked.
Yeah.
I'll be shocked, Batman.
The fish is no longer alive. You know what those things at the front look like?
What?
Have you seen those like spice markets in India where they have the giant cones?
What's up with that? Why don't they fall over?
Have you ever just slightly bumped something in a shop and it just flies everywhere?
Maybe that's the plan. Have it so that someone goes, "Oh, I'll have 1 scoop, please," and then the whole thing collapses.
They're like, "What have you done? You've ruined my setup. You have to pay for this."
Yeah.
That would almost be like a scam. Yeah, that's
what happens when a mild breeze comes along and blows these guys' stupid dunce hats away. That's ridiculous.
Or do you reckon it's like fake? It's just a big cardboard cone with like some glue and some seasoning on it. I'm starting to think more and more these are just for show.
Like, how does he pack it up at the end of the day without...
Because you never see ones that are half cut.
What's this scene?
That's what I'm saying.
It's
cardboard.
You reckon it's fake?
I reckon it will fake.
That's fine.
Devil Grass is in. Hang on, give me 1 second. I'm gonna summon him quick.
This guy in the middle.
No.
Just
There's gonna be this, like, totally innocuous 1,000 view video, and he was 1 extra, and now he's fucking famous for dropping his phone when on a date with a lady.
For him, please.
Is this like the Indian David Blaine? Is he doing magic tricks? Is he about to steal or what? This guy is absolutely mind-freaking right now. This is Indian
Yeah,
David
I gotta
Blaine.
go. Watch, all circles coming.
Watch, I shall make this date disappear.
Big boy's coming on the left side.
As soon as he on the fucking ground, you stupid.
I love that title. All caps. This isn't food. This is unbelievable art. It's only art until it's eaten, and then it becomes quite the opposite.
You know, I wonder if that would be a gimmick in the future. Like, you eat these like capsules that are just filled with food dye, concentrated food dye.
Yeah.
And then they just turn everything blue or something. And you go, yes, it's what us wealthy people do.
It's like what the rich people in the Hunger Games would do.
Yes.
Like they're just doing these creepy things just to like flex on poor people.
You know, you're a guest at someone else's house. There's like a dinner party, and then someone
Bottoms
walks in
up.
the bathroom, and there's like this blue stain on the side.
I'll pull Diamond
Who the
up
hell did
and
this?
we
And
can
then like
either reshape
everybody
or
puts
do
up their hand.
It's almost X is almost dead. We can kill Diamond next.
Oh, you're on the blue as well. Oh, it kind of becomes like a bit of a bonding moment. You really have to try.
Well, he's back. The
this
big
new
boy's
brand
coming.
I got. The blue is so much more vibrant.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Diamond's
yeah,
next.
I've
Kill
got
it.
The vegan friendly.
Oh, of course.
Yes, it's made of copper sulfate.
Oh, of course. My one's made of paint, so that sounds much nicer.
That'll do a number on your kids.
Oh, we pulled.
Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Keeps pulled. Yeah.
Disgusted.
Range back up.
I've just destroyed it.
Sorry.
Well, how close was it to it?
Let's just keep those guys sheep.
Not at all.
We got started.
It's gonna get cleaved.
I guess to be fair.
Well, he's back.
No, he's in Consecrate. That's why.
On so many levels.
Yeah, recall your totems. Because those guys have a big aggro range.
Shamans replant totems.
Because I'm always like, oh, I guess I got the kind of prawns that aren't pink.
Watch out, big
Yeah.
stuff.
And then, yeah, they turn vibrant
Yeah, what's
pink.
up with that? It's not like people turn
Oh,
a
that was
different
rough
color
stack.
really when they get cooked. Maybe they do.
Mage with
Beef
that.
goes kind of grey. Pork goes kind of grey as well.
Chicken goes white.
Yeah, chicken goes white. Yeah, why did prawns
Oh,
go
we're killing
orange?
these.
They just picked a color, didn't they?
Yeah, they just like completely.
Do you reckon like a cooked flamingo would just go more pink then? Or do you reckon it would go like red?
Well, because they are pink from eating so many shrimp, isn't it?
I heard that. I don't think it's actually true. I want to pick out...
Shrimp.
Yeah, I want to say that that's not true. Why aren't the flamingos that are in the zoo also not pink? Oh, right. They feed them pellets. Okay, I was wrong.
Oh.
Oh,
So
they're already doing the rich person die.
Oh, no.
Everybody off the bridge entirely.
Our birds aren't
and
pink
bring it
enough.
back, like,
Bring
get
out
back.
the pellets.
So, in theory, could you just feed them different colors?
That's the
that
real
dude was
rich person
so
how
far
got like
away,
a
and I think he
rainbow
saw a totem
flamingo
first.
set up.
Yeah, thank you, many kudos for coming on the
Steeps,
show.
I think, because he went
can't believe
right
this
for
was
one of the
the first
mages.
time.
I've been.
Yeah, I didn't see any
I've
totems, and I was
been
all
every
pretty far
previous
down
one, if you
the
look closely.
And then we
bridge.
did this all in one recording in half an hour. Oh, no edit.
This was such a natural.
Alright, well, I'm walking into this school now with a gun, and...
Don't put that
Thank
away.
you, Fiona.
Swap it out for a
sorry.
baguette. It's we can't say that.
It's a baguette, alright.
That's always been a
well,
baguette. It has never for our legal team.
Okay,
your
I'm
legal
going
team, it
into
is
this
always-
maternity ward with a cigarette, and
Yes,
I'm gonna...
that was socially acceptable until the 90s.
no
This
problem.
skit was set during the 80s. We're
Well,
good.
many kudos.
Don't
Thank you for coming in a beautiful sundress, and
think. I got this from Cotton On. It was cheap.
Well,
thank you, historian, for wearing that beautiful overalls with one of the straps
I can't
down.
believe you came out as gay in this
revealing your
episode.
bare
It's
chest.
really going to be a surprise for your partner there.
Thank you for mimicking American Gothic with me.
No. Anyway, on a more serious note, congratulations, man, on making it 3 weeks sober.
Thank you.
You know, I know that was a big. We had to cut that from the recording.
You've had some bad luck. Samito got cancer or COVID or whatever.
Yeah, I know.
So that was bad.
Yeah, it was
man.
testicular cancer.
Who would have thought? I heard he had both testicles removed.
Yeah, no.
He's the Lance Armstrong of YouTubers.
Well, no, the funny thing is they didn't actually remove them, but they're just really, really small now, and it makes them talk in a slightly.
I got
different
welfare
pitch, and
stamp
it sounds
food
like
too, if
the
anyone needs.
audio is just being pitch shifted, but that's actually his voice.
Burger King.
Can you believe it?
He lost his
Glad
nose,
Lord
and
was for
ordinary
me.
things lost his
Why'd you
nose.
kick
Not
me?
A lot of people know that.
I told him, dude, you missed raids twice already. You're doing other raids.
Yeah.
And he goes, that's it?
So, that's a shame.
Yeah, you clearly got someone. Very
That's like guild rule.
And Samito White.
Wouldn't even be so bad if he didn't sign up.
I know, he keeps signing up for it and he does other raids. It's ridiculous.
I'm going back into.
Is Chairman AFK?
He was pissing, I think.
Alright.
Let's go anyway.
Let's pull this.
Evacuating his
Alright, can I get a rest?
Thank you. Come again.
I was
I think I
emptying
can
my
hear
colon.
him. It's almost as if I could hear him.
This video is brought to you by Dollar Shave Club. Real quick, if you want to pick up this super slick limited edition Ghost of Late Night Television shirt,
I got way too high yesterday and ate like way much more food than I usually do. I'm
That's what I
still
want to
paying
do
for
right
it.
now.
Nah, this has been hell like all day.
Ow! Heat was hot! So let me know when you're ready. Ow, fucking hell. I actually burned myself for real. Alright. Ow. Oh, you shouldn't be doing what I'm doing.
What if
Oh,
Glad
okay,
realized it was
okay,
two
ready?
separate things, not just like one thing? It's like one thing to sign up, right, and not show up, but it's also another thing to be like doing a different raid while we're fucking supposed to be showing up for raid. Like, I think that's an extra level of fuck you, in my opinion.
Today we're going to be watching some work safety videos.
I mean,
I love
why
this.
will he want to be in the yield if he's not gonna use it anyways?
Right. Just people like that just care about themselves.
We are pulling way back range. Stay beyond this big old pole right here. We're gonna pull to the top of this hill so we don't line aside our healers, and so we don't get kicked in the water.
That's right. Here. Range. Circle.
Just step up, please.
4, 3, 2.
All right.
1.
Bringing them to the top of the hill. Knack, if you're taken down there, it means you didn't listen. Oh wait, he's the one that said he couldn't speak English, isn't he?
Yup.
You can understand, but...
Where's the totem at? I got it. Alright. Watch how this guy can eat me.
Sounds kinky.
You know what the first clue that tonight was kind of sussy? No fucking trash drops, boys. That was the first sign. Usually we've had like one or two by now.
No, that was like the third sign. The first sign was we're missing a tank.
Well,
the
sure,
second
that's all.
sign was
Yeah.
we're missing 3 healers.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Pull him in. Pull him in.
Oh, pull him
If it's
back.
possible.
Pulling him back.
Sorry, I meant like in the tunnel. Not my bad.
Healers, please stay with me. Sorry.
Oh, kill Calvin. Kill
Kill
Calvin.
Calvin. Oh.
I like it, bro.
He knew what was up, bro.
AI saved his life. I had my trinketed Shadow Bolt ready for him.
It's gonna execute him so hard.
Ooh. I was going to. That bitch would have crit for like 8k.
Yeah.
Alright. Healers on this boss. I'm gonna throw my fire res
Customers love their
set on
fries.
and fight
It all
Necro for
starts
threat
on the
during
front
the
line. McDonald's uses about
demon phase.
6.9 billion pounds of
That way,
nice
hopefully, we
potatoes
cut down on
globally
people
every
dying.
year. The potatoes are coated in
So be
plastic
ready to heal
keep them
both myself
fresh,
and or
carefully
Necro.
trained workers hand-cut potatoes for $60 an hour. This is the world's most high-tech potato cannon, which atomizes the potatoes at Mach 2.
What?
This NVIDIA GeForce render shows the
Used to wash his
spunification
face. Must have been
process in amazing detail. Then the
some
sugar
extracurricular
floods
activities
from
during
the
raid.
bounty in the form
Apparently
of
it's
uncut
that-
potatoes. Sometimes the conveyor belt shakes a lot. Sometimes it doesn't. But either way, these potatoes come out absolutely soaked, helping McDonald's fries maintain their signature sogginess. Optical
It's that
scanners
dirty
check
that it
any
can't
fries
wait.
for signs of terrorism and racially profile
Devil, for
each
this
one
fight
in
only,
accordance
can you
with
please do
TSA
crisp
standards.
elements?
The machine automatically snags any fry with a foreign-sounding
No.
name. Now we can finally
I'm
do
having
some
flashbacks,
fucking
dude.
cooking. These big round Berthas soak the potatoes in steaming
But bro,
hot
he's got
water
over
until they're
1k
just about
bonus
to burst,
damage.
and burst a load of flavor
Unbuffed.
these little guys do
Curse of
as they
Agony's
send to
biz,
the
bro.
drying conveyor belt, the
No,
sexiest
bro.
conveyor belt in the factory.
Mushroom guy first.
Then they roll into a bubbling hot deep
Doing the
fryer for a
mushrooms.
quick cooking. This ensures McDonald's employees will have as little work to do as possible to fuck up your fries,
Keep
and yet they'll
moving,
still
please.
find a way. It's now out of the frying pan and into the growth tunnel, giving the fries one last opportunity to sprout roots to prove they're alive. So they'll be removed from the assembly line by Harvard graduate assembly line workers. This plant supplies fries to McDonald's all around the nation,
Sheep on Moon.
but neglects to pack them with instructions, meaning you'll
Sheep
get the
on
fries
Moon,
the same
thank
way
you.
at every McDonald's location. Mildly
Totem up.
cold and with no
We got
salt.
an extra group. Pick them up. Watch for totems.
Survival.
Necro needs heals.
Survival. Who is this survival? Does he have
Big
the
heals,
latest
big
survival
heals.
tips?
Pop
Not yet.
cooldowns.
I've made a makeshift
Ooh.
shirt out of a pair of pants. When disaster strikes, you must learn to survive if you want to survive. And sometimes, staying alive takes extreme measures. Now, the trick to this one is... Get back! Can't you see I have to preserve the species? All this and more on this episode of
Finish the mark one.
Three sheeps, be ready.
I sentence you to life in prison
No,
for
our mages are
the
dead.
crime
Fuck.
of being too sexy.
I knew being horny on Twitter would catch
Finish
up to
that
me
off.
eventually,
Got
goddamn
one
it.
here.
I'm
Finish
just
skull.
kidding, It's tax fraud.
Fuck
So, you're now in prison. The roughest, toughest bad boy.
New skill, finish it.
Walks up to you and he goes, "What's your name, cadet?" What do you do?
You don't know my name? You don't know who I am? You're asking my name?
I smacked you to the ground.
My name? But my face is now on the ground. You don't know my name? And I just keep doing that until they put me in the psych ward.
Star first.
Resheep on triangle, please. Resheep on triangle. Never mind.
Go to the biggest guy and you punch him in the mouth. That's stupid. Unless you are also
picked up. We're good.
The biggest guys.
Even if you are one of the biggest guys, if you're the biggest dude in a prison, I imagine you've now also got ties with everybody else.
So 3 of the biggest guys are gonna now show up and shank you while you're asleep.
Yeah.
Bottoms up.
Stupid.
So instead, what you do is walk up to the roughest, toughest guy in town and you give him a big kiss on the lips.
Right?
Exactly.
Consider us friends.
I'm here to
finally trash loot.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. We got a shitty trinket.
Comes up to you and he goes,
Huzzah!
Sumito.
So this Baby Mints trinket. All over it.
You're my new boyfriend now.
Oh, hell yeah.
Wow,
Can I be the top?
Can I be the...
Where's Bo's body?
Just hope for the best at that point, I guess.
He's got these reses up.
Such a selfish lover. I can't stand it.
Hey, Rek, how come Champa does more DPS than you?
You're at VidCon.
I'm a shitty arms warrior, brother.
Hey, yo, internet historian.
Holy fuck, yes. So I would turn around with everyone else and be like, where?
Wait, yours is completely different than mine. I'm number 6 on mine.
Doesn't do the main channel anymore.
What? So let's just say you walk up to
That
me
matches
and
with
you
what
go,
I've got.
Hey, Sumeto. And I'm like, hey, haven't seen
Yeah,
you
she's
in a
6
while.
on mine
But
too.
then the dude next to us goes, internet historian?
Here.
Are you the internet historian?
I'm number 6 on mine.
Yeah, I'm seeing 6 too.
Okay.
First one was Geeling.
I think I would just take off running.
Oh.
Oh my god. Embers, you dumb fuck.
Wow.
Like and subscribe and all that. I love your cat.
Y'all
Where's this Rek guy? Everybody slash slap him.
Thanks for watching, guys. Whammy.
I just
Bose, you had HBS up also, you dumb fuck.
Like inconsolably crying.
Because you said you agreed with him, remember?
I'm well aware because I was looking at healing, which is what that meter said.
Okay, it's now been 15 minutes of abject wailing.
Inconsolably. Oh yeah, I'm on the floor.
I read the English on the screen, and it said healing meter, so I looked at my healing done
Sumeto
meter.
Media fan would join me on the floor. Yo, was that fucking Sumeto? Oh, I gotta join in. There'd be 30 or 40 of us, middle of the VidCon floor.
Be that vulnerable.
So, you're at VidCon. You've just shit yourself, and you're
Why
about
is
to get
Calvin
out the
a
door,
ghost?
and then you suddenly hear in this sense, Smeeto!
Calvin, don't run back,
Smeeto,
bro. We're gonna res
come
you.
here. We've just formed a breakdancing
Calvin!
circle. It's your turn.
Oh man.
What do you do?
I'm walking up to you. Hey, internet historian, what's up?
Where
Clean
did Calvin
shorts,
die at?
huh? And then I just take off my shorts and everybody can see. Like, yeah, you can't dance like me, Mr.
There he is.
Clean Shorts. And now everybody's making fun of you.
I just start inconsolably crying.
I would walk up to the biggest, toughest, crying internet historian and just kiss him on the lips. So.
Should I see if I can make some of these ants disappear,
The plane
Necro?
is going down. Oh, Sumito.
Oh no.
What do you do?
As the plane
The
is
ZA
falling, I
strap?
would just wait until we're about to crash
ZA
to the
strap,
ground,
baby.
And I would just jump up really hard, and then boom, I'd just be alive.
Perfect. There I was. I'm getting on this flight. And I sit down on my seat.
Sure.
I have my
Yeah, we're good.
carry-on bag. I put that on the floor.
No ZA,
There's
not
this
again?
guy
Come on,
normally,
Devil,
there's
it's easy,
a lady
baby.
sitting next to me. She's sort of like my age. And
The minute he
standing
turned to
for
look at it, you
pleasantries.
just
And then
sack
I pick
pat.
up the bag and I put it
Alright,
on
let's
my
go.
lap.
Right. We're getting ready.
For my, I don't know, phone, whatever. And I put the bag back down on the floor. And then I look
Get
down.
our...
Watch out for the mushrooms.
Get out of there. Get out of there.
Stay away from the mushrooms.
Don't
Totems
run up
up.
towards the ramp, just back away.
Atkins, you're literally standing in the back.
They're lying to you. They want to keep the mushrooms. Hold on. Can I take a dab?
No. Because it's not
No
the dab
one's
that I'm worried
dying.
about. It's not the dab I'm worried about, company. It's the
Alright,
45 minutes of
Star first.
the 45 minutes of coughing afterwards, bro.
Dude. If you ain't coughing, you ain't getting stoned.
If you don't
Totems
cough,
up.
You don't get off.
Oh, so edibles aren't getting stoned? No, bro.
Yeah, dude.
According to
on.
Necro last
Dude,
week, yes
listen.
it is.
Edibles don't make you cough?
Necro talking like the chocolate lady from SpongeBob. Chocolate.
Yes.
Chocolate!
Yes.
Everybody
I
stay
need-
there. I'm gonna go mark and pull the other goose.
I need water.
Well, not
Oh,
mark.
Well, we're pulling.
Yeah, why would you have a glass of water by you?
Jesus.
I always know to have water.
Totems.
No, dude, I already finished my cup of water. I need even more.
Well, you're too dehydrated, bro.
Yeah. I was already in the middle of the trash pack. I'm like, oh well, I guess I'll just die.
My ass with AFK to go water.
Nah, bro, I'm tanking, dog.
Yeah, and I'm healing.
That's alright, bro. We have bio healing though, so we don't need you.
That's fair.
Oh, that's fucked. I mean, fair. That's fucked.
No, that's fair. I'll remember the next time you ask me. That's fair.
I mean, looking at the list, Baby Min's throwing some heals, so.
Oh, where you at, bro?
What is rank in the list?
I don't need the money, bro.
Yes, you do, bro.
Nah, I really don't.
Just take it, dog.
I mean, alright, fine, I'll take it. I mean, what's 100G, right? You can do 50G. Just do 50.
I got 100, bro. I do my dailies, bro. All right? Like some people.
Listen, China's got to make their money somehow.
Fuck yeah, they do.
I got 5 minutes on my flask. Let's do this, boys.
It's one of the food world's most well-known slogans.
Melts in your mouth, not in your hand.
And it goes along with the most common letter in the English alphabet.
I was trying to say it without saying it,
M&Ms
Bose.
are
God
a
damn it.
staple of American culture, showing up in things
Dude,
like
I don't beat around the
NASCAR,
bush.
abortion clinics, and
Well,
even
you
New
know,
Year's
just
Eve.
in case it leads to something.
So aside from their universally appealing ampersand, how did Mms become such a big hit? The story actually starts when candy maker Morris Mars visited wartime South Sudan in the late 1930s.
That's gonna be tough. I'm
He
leaving.
saw soldiers killing each other and exchanging drugs and
I'm
thought,
in danger.
"Hey, those guys could use some M&Ms. By 1941, Mars hoped to bring the fear of the battlefront back home stateside by replicating the effect with a candy-driven sugar rush. He also initially had a partner, which is where the second M comes from. But let's never talk about or mention him again. Today, M&M Mars is making between 1 and 1 trillion M&Ms every day. And at the
I do
M&M
not. Mine's on a
manufacturing
cooldown.
machine in Nantucket, Minnesota, the 12-hour making process starts with the Beast. A mix made from milk, mooger, and
Ugh.
moco first rolls through
I'm
refiners,
DI'd.
which turns the
I'm
mix
DI'd,
into
just die.
motlet powder. The powder then conveys its way down
Thanks
to
for the
slurry
DI.
room,
I don't know
where
why you
giant
did it to
containers
me,
mix the powder
but I
along with
appreciate
added
it.
chocolate and
Company
diet
also
chocolate.
has a soul
The end
stone,
result
so-
is a chocolatey slop, ready to go into a continuous sheet of reverse metal bubble wrap.
Which still is
This
fine
is
because it
creating
means you're not
chocolate
dead.
bubble
You
wrap,
can still use
or as
that
it's known in the
soulstone
industry,
Alright, let's
That was a
mother
fresh
wrap.
soul stone,
Alright.
too.
We're
You're
rezzing,
probably
guys.
dying to know how they put
Company,
that candy
go to work.
shell on the chocolatey interior.
Wait, how far are they pat, bro?
Once the candy shell is in
right to
place,
about
it's
there.
time for a big old tumbler to tumbler around.
If you
and
stay
I gotta
behind
be
the
honest,
tent on
I
this
don't
side
know
of the
what it
tent
does.
company,
I'm
you're
just
still
paid
good.
to read the
I
lines
was
they give
like
me.
marking them, and all of a sudden
The
saw somebody
candies are
come past
deeply
me
fingered and given their own
oh,
mmm.
okay.
And then the candies achieve perfect racial harmony, so they can all be bagged together as God intended. But this candy assortment
Let's
is
make sure we're
anything but
targeting
random.
like
A
paladins,
bag of
shamans.
M&Ms contains exactly
First.
25%
Bro, yeah,
orange,
what, you think I'm
25%
fucking stupid? You think this is my
blue,
first
and equal
rodeo?
part mixings of brown,
Who did I
mid,
just res?
mellow,
A fucking
and marine
priest, bro.
mayonnaise.
I don't know who pressed.
Mammiferous
No, I just
the
kinda
druid
rezzed
then.
them.
Mo,
Dude, the
Maz,
druid was
Mage,
alive.
Mover, Mummy,
Ladies, you all have a pretty stress.
These
Calm
are
down.
my M&Ms that I bought with my own
No, but
fucking
mine
money,
fits my tits
so
better.
You can't fucking have any. Fuck off.
Alright. I get to undo 3 buttons. Wreck. What now?
Oh,
Oh,
you got me feeling a certain kind of way.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't know.
Can't do anything about it. Right above you. Oh.
Weapons.
Necro,
Am
Rex
I
stained
good
my
with the
purple
weapon?
dress.
Yes. Am I carrying weapons on me? Always. Pistols at sunset.
We put him
The
in
bullets
timeout.
Don't reach that far. Aha! Check out this weapon I just made.
Which is weird.
Stay
Your dress
still.
was white before.
Predator missiles. They're working in league.
I put purple paint on my nuts and I dragged
Tactical
across the shit.
airstrikes. Why, what's
So
the air
fucking
supposed
hot.
to do?
I know, right?
All this and more on this episode of In the Battlefield.
Alright, when you get ready up, go back down
Sorry
to
if
the
I
floor.
sound weird. It's because I went to the Asian supermarket today.
Yeah?
Because we bought some AstroTurf.
Fake
Oh,
grass.
Juana.
Yeah, I
When I
didn't
get
wanna
on the
take
floor,
care of it, so we
Rex does
AstroTurfed
weird things
some
to
of the
me.
backyard, right?
Mhm.
It looks like shit. Anyway, the neighbor's cat has started
I
shitting
mean, it is in the
on the
guild.
AstroTurf. What
No,
am
it
I
isn't.
gonna
I
do?
read the whole thing.
I don't think I can get away with that. I didn't want to
Even
get
Rex
into it with the
secret
neighbors
pages?
either. Excuse me? Do you know you've
Rex
got
doesn't
That
get
was a
secret
clean
pages.
nerf one.
Whoa, this is not the Wrecking Ball papers, alright? You can't just like release that on me.
Law unto themselves.
So I went to the Chinese supermarket.
Dude, he's
right?
gonna Edward
Because
Snowden your
obviously the
ass.
thing to
I
do
know,
is
right?
to
The
buy
fuck?
About
We have
3
a
liters
full
of chili
copy of
oil,
your cell
and then
phone
fill a
with all
weed sprayer with it,
years of-
and then
Alright,
just start
secret
spraying the
rec
whole
note.
garden.
Show us
in
on the
chili
doll
oil to
where
the
he
point where it
touched
just
you.
kinda turns red,
If you just wanna
and
send
then
it
it starts trying to take
company.
shit, and then it goes, oh god.
Why did he rip the doll?
Grass rat,
Who am I-
or
who am I
turns
sending
to
it to?
shit rat and you're hoping that it's like scared. So something's going wrong here.
Oh, I know that Pokemon.
So, you know, the grass is looking a lot redder than it usually does.
Dude, you play
Yeah,
Pokemon
you've
Go?
Essentially just dyed fake grass red.
No, that
Yeah,
ball's leaving
pretty
my-
much.
Why would I
And,
do that?
you know, the whole place reeks of chili oil. And if the cat
Fair
shits
enough.
there anyway.
I
There's
live-
people out
Yes,
there.
I
you're gonna
do
have
hate
won this
people.
war.
Could you not have just
I
let
live
the
on the
shit
stop.
continue and
No, it's an
those
outrageous
gay
amount of
dating
shit.
apps,
He's taking
Pokemon,
like
bro.
3 shits a day. Like he doesn't even keep
Well,
it to
why
the sort
haven't
of
we
back of the
fucking
property
met
where
yet
you
then?
wouldn't notice it. It's
Whoa.
like right on the front. That's the first thing a guest would see.
I have certain
And then
settings
we've got a
turned
cat.
He's
and
looking
so
for
people
shiny
think,
Pokemon,
oh,
bro.
you got this fucking dirty. Why don't you clean up after yourself? No.
No,
you
company, not special in that way.
Anyway, that's the reason I went
In
to the
company
Asian
by shiny, he does
supermarket,
not mean
and
your
while
brand
I
new
was there,
1990
there
Ford
was some
Ranger.
sour candy.
Oof.
Can we
That's
summon
the
these
full
guys
story
again?
of why I'm
Bro.
eating sour candy.
Always be shiny to me, bro.
I'll get embers.
So you've seen the gay bomb,
Devil,
right?
can you
I've heard
summon
of it. I'm
Naka?
fascinated by it naturally. 'Cause it was
Why do you think I'm a
theoretical,
shadow
right?
priest? I
Yes.
stay,
love
I
that
stay in the
Simon
shadows, bro.
Fisher has put a rainbow
I don't
in
shine.
I think
gay
the
bomb.
chief idea
I'm like
behind it was,
Gengar,
okay,
bro.
You make your enemy uninhibited and extremely aroused.
I'm like jazz music.
And then
I'm just in the
they
background.
are more likely in a non-combat situation to
Chairman
start
Slayer, you scream.
doing it with each other. It wouldn't work in a fight. No one's gonna go, oh, I'm just too horny to fight, and they just start.
Oh, you have a
running
big
at different
tongue,
men in the opposite
company?
direction. But maybe it's a permanent change. You've got your wife back home.
I
and
think it's pretty
kids. What
normal.
if you come home gay? Sorry, honey, I gotta be my true self now.
This might really backfire
breathe through your
because it might
ears?
make the opposing
Yes.
army like even more bonded with one another. Because now they're just
Anything
like,
Baby
with
Mints
the-
needs salve.
because like he's great.
We're good.
I love him.
What's he
I'm
shout?
just thinking now there's like super elite gay army.
Warriors.
You, skin on skin, stripped to the waist.
That are just so loyal to one another.
Between green
that
and
they are
Rack, I can't tell
unstoppable.
which one.
Just like rolling in rainbow camouflage.
Yeah, why are you on
Everybody's
your
just
warrior,
so
dude? I should have
super
brought
afraid
my
of them.
warrior.
Well, too bad, dude.
Oh, Tumar's not here.
What about guns? Have you ever fired a
Oh.
gun?
Yeah, only a
RIP.
rifle. Yeah, I thought it was pretty neat.
When I was in America,
Yeah.
I made a beeline to
RIP.
the gun range.
Yeah?
Went full hog. I wanted to see what it was like. And
Wait, have you got your
yeah,
warrior
it
more
was
geared?
Yeah, it really made me feel like a man.
He's hit cap. That's
People
all
do
that
say
matters,
that,
right?
though.
Okay,
You know,
no,
just
dude, he's
the-
never coming if he's just in blues, okay?
He's-
It's not
he's-
happening.
He's
It's not
hit
happening.
cap, bro. He's hit
You'd also
cap,
notice
dude.
it
Alright.
if you ever go for
With-
a hike
with,
and you pick
um,
up a
with,
stick
um,
that's
Alright,
not
focus
really
up, we're
gonna-
weighted to hold
Pull
you could
yourself.
use it like a weapon.
Alright,
I do
let's-
find
let's
myself
get ready.
naturally carrying that around and just sort of feeling good about it.
Yeah, it's the ultimate tool.
Yeah, I bet there's something about that. In the past,
Alright,
the ones that
well,
pick up a
out,
pretty good stick and just
down to the
walk
floor. I'm
around
actually
with
gonna
it
pull him down to the
survive a
floor,
lot
like,
more.
not on the ground.
Absolutely.
They're so loud though.
Oh god.
I can't stand how loud they
Everybody
are. Oh,
get on the
silencers
floor.
are
Everybody
banned
do it at
in
dinosaur.
Most states, I
Mages,
think. And it seems to
stay
me
back
like
there. I'm
the
gonna pull
reason
it all
that
the way
that
back,
legislation has
and
come
mages,
into place
get ready
is
to shoot them, like, on the
because
ramp.
everybody watches the
Everybody
movies
get
and
on the
thinks
floor.
that
Rex
a
gonna
gun
do your
with a silencer
back
on it
door. Oh, wait, what?
You would fucking make a cookie now.
Come on now. You know you want to play with me, Mr. Death Knight.
No.
Not really.
I do appreciate it. I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah, you did.
I mean, I did, but like,
rock solid, if you know what
I was in go mode. Now I'm thrown off.
Just give me a chance.
We're in Pokemon Go mode?
Yeah, I look like a dragon twink who wants to dragon these nuts all over your face.
Must be a totem up somewhere.
That the
Yeah.
here are a very cultured.
I'll go take care of it.
Right here. It's all the way back there. Like it's
I
not
got
like
it.
Yeah.
I'm going.
Range has to go do it.
Okay, I guess.
Dracthyr. More like drag queen, am I right? No doubt you're probably sitting there with a very strong opinion of this new race and class in World of Warcraft Dragonflight. Maybe you love
total barrier.
Hold on,
Maybe you absolutely despise them. Maybe you think
Alright,
they're
what's,
dumb, but the class looks cool. I don't know.
Just take triangle. It's on this side.
Torn, but the alpha for Dragonflight is finally here, allowing us an opportunity to check out these dragon people. Get our and with this video, I'm gonna go over my.
I got all the fire res on. Fuck this dude.
Evoker, as someone who, admittingly, was not a fan of the look or vibe of this race and class starting off. So let's talk about that today. Part 1. Character customization. Holy crap! Alright, listen. Blizzard decided that with World of Warcraft Dragonflight, they were just gonna go all out with this new
Who's doing
race in
Salve?
terms of character creation.
Tallies?
Seriously, the sheer amount of character customization for the Dracthyr alone is gonna blow your mind. I think genuinely the Dracthyr have more character customization options going for them than probably 4 of the base World of Warcraft
That is
races
Naka.
combined. I don't know. All I know
Okay.
is they got a lot of options to play with.
I will call when I need a new
Seriously,
salve.
when I first saw these Dracthyr fellows announced, I thought they looked. I'm just gonna say it. I thought they looked stupid. I thought they looked ridiculous. They looked like drag queens. There's a reason those memes exist. Okay, I never thought I would play as one of these fellows because, guys, I just.
I'll take both phases. I got it.
You know, butch dragonkin guy, like the dragonkin
Nice.
fellows we've seen since classic World of Warcraft. Where are those guys? Strong and heroic looking, scary as hell. You know what I'm
Remember, if you
talking
get a
about.
shadow on you,
I
you
wanna
have to
play
kill it. No one else
some
can.
big, bony-legged lizard. I mean, come on, Blizzard. Give me what I want.
You got the song in your head,
I
huh?
will say that although you can't be that really buff dragonkin guy that killed you in Onyxia's lair back in classic WoW, he can get pretty close. Sort of. I was determined to create
Y'all ready?
a
Let's go.
cool-looking black Dragonflight-inspired Dracthyr creation. This is what I was coming up with. Black scales, a sort of gray accent to my skin, red eyes, horns, and more horns. You get the idea. And I was very pleased with the result of how he was turning out in the end. I was also surprised to see all the clothing options, by the way, for Dracthyr. I was not expecting that. I just assumed that everybody would be a naked dragon running around casting spells and breathing fire, which I thought was kind of stupid. But seeing all the jewelry options and a bit of clothing to choose from, that was a nice surprise. There's also the ability to fully customize your not dragon mode Dracthyr as well. And this too has a ton of options in terms of character customization. You can make him look as much like a dragonkin as you want, or you can keep him looking as normal as possible, hiding the dragon within.
Remember to be jumping.
That I was going for with my character. I don't want the scales and all that stuff. I want to look like a normal guy. Although I can say that although you can remove all of the scales and the signs of dragonness from your character's body,
Necro, get it?
What's your aggro? What's your aggro?
Now maybe I just
Necro needs
missed
heals.
something. I don't know. But either way, I was very happy with the character creation process. Aside from those scales stuck on my head, but you know, whatever. I think Blizzard did an excellent job with the dragon.
Demon face coming up. Watch out.
Awesome. Part 2, the Evoker class. Now let's talk about playing the class itself. What was it like to
Watch your
play
aggro. Let Necro pick up aggro.
World of Warcraft Dragonflight? Now, for those that don't know, this is a class that's meant to be inspired by the various aspects from World of Warcraft lore. The Red Dragonflight, who are the Guardians of Life. The Blue Dragonflight, who protect magic.
Oh, you got it, Bulls?
Yeah, I got him, and I got my full fire res on.
Oh, nice.
The Black Dragonflight.
Healers, heals on bows, please. Thank you.
Over the world. The Evoker is a combination of these different flights, possessing magic from each.
Kill your double.
The Evoker even has these new sort of spells. Never
Whispers,
been
people.
before
Whispers.
in
Kill your
Warcraft.
whispers.
Like for example, one where the longer
Oh,
you
okay.
hold down your action button.
Bro,
Oh, no
you got one
heals.
shot. You got one shot, bro.
I'm looking at my death log here.
Bro, my flash heal got off right when you died.
Green, go behind him. You're taking fire damage.
Erupt the ground. It seeing the
Yeah,
footage.
but normally you want that to go
and
up right before.
Now the question is, like, yeah, you know, you
Oh,
get
Rhythm.
these-
Oh, Rhythm.
inspired by these
We gotta kill
dragonflies,
Rhythm.
You get these cool, like, unique abilities that have never before been seen in World of Warcraft.
There's always
but,
one.
You know, how does it all
Yeah.
play
Get him back
out,
up,
you might be
dude.
wondering, in terms of its
Get that
gameplay,
druid healer
in
back
terms
up.
of its fun.
Rhythm.
I'm gonna be clueless.
Yep.
Get him up.
I'm
He's
really not
important.
the biggest fan of it. The Evoker plays a lot like a mage. Lots of spell casting, some requiring
Run away, little girl.
time, others are instant cast.
You guys are gonna have to really watch your thread on transitions now.
Knock enemies back, stun them, fly around, and so on and so forth. So they got a lot of mobility going on. They definitely sell the dragon.
Whirlwind's over. Stop DPS.
If you love that, you're gonna love this.
It's on shout. It's on necro.
Yes,
Wait.
I'm very
Grenades heals.
Focus on either single target or multi-target DPS.
Go ahead, blow him up.
Demon
Transition.
Fable,
Hold DPS. Hold
Watch your
DPS.
aggro. Watch your aggro.
You guys ask, yeah, they are very
Alright.
overpowered
Necro's
right
got it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But I'm just being real. For me personally, I just really wasn't enjoying the class that much as I played it. Even with the addition of
Green
these
cheeks.
spells,
Calvin. Crinkle. Watch your threat.
button or drawing a path on the ground. I just think for me
Calvin.
personally,
Crinkle. Art. You guys are about to pull.
Well, it boils down to the following, and these are just my opinions. Number one, I'm not really a big fan of the fantasy behind the Evoker class. I don't like the idea of playing as a
Hold
dragon
DPS.
spellcaster.
Alright, I'll pick up the demon. Doing it, and Nat, pick up the Leo, please.
That comes with adventures like the Bilbo Baggins and the Hobbit being taken to the Lonely Mountain in this unknown land far away. So playing as a dragon man who casts dragon spells on the Dragon Island, it's not really my cup of tea. I much preferred the immersion I was getting from playing my Death Knight in the alpha over playing the Evoker.
Remember to jump.
Number two, I'm not the biggest fan of the idea
He's at
of
5%.
combining all the fights into one class. I personally would have preferred it if the Drakthir had
Necro needs heals.
5 specs.
Necro's down.
Instead of just the current 2.
Burn boss.
All 5 of
Burn,
these
burn,
Finish
burn,
it.
burn.
would then play off various dragon
Boss is dead.
Black dragons
Nice, let's go.
dragons DPS and buff their
Ah.
allies. Blue dragons are ranged spellcaster DPS, and bronze and green heal their allies in different ways. Or maybe making it like 5 specs, but when you create your character, you choose 2 of them, and they combine together to create a tanking slash.
Nah, we might as well do Tidewalker.
Healing slash.
He's right here.
spellcaster Dragon.
Alright, let's do
Black
that.
and green or
Yeah.
bronze and blue in this example. So just combining them all together into one class. I mean, I don't know. It's just a personal gripe. I'm just not the biggest fan of that idea, but you know, to each their own.
Might as well get
Number
another
3,
tier piece in the
I don't
mix.
really like dragons. I
Mhm.
like to kill dragons. I
Don't
don't
go
really
there,
wanna play
girlfriend.
them. I
Mm-hmm.
want to kill them.
Mhm.
I am a direct descendant
My
of
milkshake
the
brings other boys to the edge.
direct-
Damn
I'm gonna-
right.
Well, I wanna
I'm
do.
gonna go get
As
some
you can
water
see,
real
my
fast.
issues with this
Yeah,
class
you
have
actually. I have the worst cotton mouth right now. It's terrible.
All right, this
Get buffs for
is
our
a new
dead.
Venture. I'm going to be
Rebuff
trying
the dead.
every Subway sandwich.
The valiant dead who sacrificed for the cause.
I have been thinking about doing this for a while, where I try every food on a fast food menu.
Because company was so high, he healed me after I died.
Because that might be funnier. And Subway, I'm not a particularly big fan of Subway. I don't think they're very good at all. But I'm going to go into this with open mind.
Yeah,
Obviously,
Rhythm.
I'm gonna be
On
doing
the
this
raid general, I pinned
but for
the link for the logs.
several meals, I'll be having a different sandwich each time. Now, important rules here. I looked through all the free toppings you can get. And so the rule is, whatever the sandwich automatically comes with, I leave on. Any veggies, sauces, whatever. And then, throughout the entire venture, I think there's 18 sandwiches I have to try. I have to have at least tried all of the sauces, all of the free toppings. None of the extra shit, no bacon, no guacamole. Listen, obviously if you put avocado and bacon on a Subway sandwich, it's gonna taste good. So, I instead am gonna try every cheese will have been tried once, every bread, every veggie, every sauce, every goddamn thing that is free will have been tried throughout the course of this video in
we're good to
some
go.
form and capacity. With that said, I did a random generator, and then the first one is veggie patty. So the veggie patty, you can see it's kind of that greenish brownish patty. I mean, in fact, I'll tear off a little piece. You can see there's some veggies in there. Not bad. Okay. Let's give it a try. Generally, the default toppings on a Subway sub for the most part looks like lettuce.
Rhythm, you just got laid the fuck out.
I don't like cucumbers. I'm keeping them on for science because that's what they come with.
When you gotta go, bro.
I honestly don't hate it. It's a little bland. Like the patty itself is fine. It just kind of tastes like savory, not very sweet, just kind of like a savory vegetable mix, almost like a vegetable soup, like in patty form, which sounds disturbing, but it's actually not that bad. And the other veggies aren't bad. This needs some kind of like sweetness, I think. I should have maybe put like honey mustard or something. I'll keep that in mind for future ones, but I believe this is like the 9-grain wheat or whatever. It's fine. Did I put cheese on this bitch? I think I did, and if I did, it was probably provolone. I don't remember. Or pepper jack, maybe? It might have been pepper jack. That side, the cheese is, I don't taste it at all. I see it in here, I don't taste it at all. Imagine like a really mild egg, like fried egg. Just like a fried egg. Let's flavor them then, but filled with veggies. You know, got your carrots, your peas, whatever. Just kind of like concentrated veggie savoriness in like sort of like egg patty form. That's what this is. It's fine. It's not offensive. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's great. I kind of wish the patty had some kind of crispy factor, some texture, because as
range on circle,
it's just kind of like mush. Yeah, that is just mush. It's not bad. But it's not. With like even with a crispy crust, it would make it so much better. So, I think on a scale of 5, this is going to be a 2.8. I don't think I would order this again, especially not with all these toppings. Like, I think I would add like other shit on here. But as it is, it's totally edible. It's not bad. It's not gross. Honestly, it's fine. It's kind of bland. That's a little disappointing. But that's my lunch. Here's Subway sandwich number 2. This is today's random one is steak and cheese. The default no American cheese. Onions and peppers, I think that's it. I just added mayo.
Stay back, we're still pulling right in the same spot.
A dry Subway sandwich makes you want to die.
Oh, we got a second one.
Oh, you can see a little bit of flap of steak there.
Another one.
Not bad. The steak is salty, but it's there, you know.
Where's the log posted?
Missing some bold flavors in that last
Raid
sandwich,
general.
patty. It's not
Good
great
messages.
steak, but it's salty and savory. It hits packs a punch. What's weird about this though is I'm used to steak sandwiches where like
I see the soft res. I don't see the log.
or something they're cooked.
Oh,
And these are like
good messages.
onions and raw green peppers. Different than what you would expect. I think
range back up.
Some kind of like cheese whiz like spread. You know, like kind of like cheese. Because the American cheese is there, but it kind of isn't that noticeable. 3.3. 3.3 out of 5. I am so hungry. I am so hungry. And today, the random generator gave me the one I wanted the least.
Gull has frost vulnerability, by the way, in case nobody noticed.
God, oh, it's just Monterey cheddar is literally
Nature for the other one.
shredded cheddar. What? The problem with this sandwich is Subway vegetables are so watery. The cucumbers are watery, the tomatoes are watery, the iceberg lettuce is watery. So it's just like a water sandwich. It's like a fucking water sandwich. 0. This is just crushing. This is crushing my spirit.
Borquake,
Really
get
is.
out.
My spirit has been crushed. Okay, it is dinner time, and this
Huddle.
time I got the cold cut combo.
You can't see it either. Pull way back.
If you come back to circle, you're good.
Bologna. Okay,
Where's that?
I put pepper jack on it, mayo, and I decided honey mustard. Try to add some sweetness. You got all that meat down there, which is honestly better than the fucking veggie delight. So, okay. Compared to the veggie delight, this is a godsend. Even though it's really it just tastes like Oscar Mayer bologna. But again, watery vegetables,
The honey mustard, I can taste some sweetness, but overall,
I love you too, Buzz.
It's just soaked in the wateriness of everything. But there's a hint of salty meat in there that gives me some salvation. 2.9. It's again, I don't know. These veggies, like I'm getting real fatigued. This is chicken bacon ranch. All right, see the bacon on there? There's ranch on it. I don't see the chicken, but all right. This is honestly not bad by Subway standards. Like, the bacon is decent. It's not as pathetic as I thought it would be. Like, there's actually kind of a chew to it. The ranch is runny, but it's okay. Like, it still is good. The chicken is very, very kind of rubbery, and kind of plain, but it still kind of tastes like chicken. So
I dropped a bot in the back. Anyone who needs.
Typical veggies.
Sir?
Is actually not a bad combo. There's a little bit of sweetness, but most of all, there's substance to the meats that, like, if it was just one or the other, this would be not good. But both of them together, they really pull their weight on this. 3 out of 5. It's right, a little better than.
Alright, I'm gonna start pulling again.
I wouldn't get it again, but it's not bad. I'm not miserable eating this. This time it's the BLT. There does seem to be a good amount of bacon in there. I also put mayo on it. So let's try it. This is actually okay. I think the biggest strengths of this are, 1, the bacon is alright, not bad. It's not great, but it's crispy and definitely present. 2, having it be a few ingredients helps, because then it's not a big watery mess. I can actually kind of sense the mayo. Taste is a strong word. I can sense the mayo. The lettuce is nothing. The tomato is not good, but it's fine. You know, I think the best BLTs have really good tomatoes, and this doesn't have that. But what it has is bacon. And
lupinata.
I guess the police are gonna come get me for. Like,
it was pregnant. Oh God.
Jesus. 3.1. This isn't
Make
bad.
sure to loot
It's
the
not
bog,
good, but
please.
It's not bad. And that's the best you can hope for with Subway.
Reminds me of the time I stepped on that spider barefoot.
However, I did add jalapenos.
One more bog to go.
Yeah, I haven't tried the jalapenos yet.
There's 2 back there that were not
creamy
looted.
Sriracha is gonna be the sauce of choice. Let's see how those go together.
Someone please loot
Vegetables,
this.
water
Range over here.
A lot of turkey. Let's
Thank you, Chairman.
let's see.
Or
was me.
Draxus.
Yep.
Okay. Hell yeah.
I was
got
drinking.
one more
I
back
put
here.
provolone on this. It might as well not be on
One
there.
more of these thick
The turkey is
boys.
the blandest
Okay.
turkey
Guess I'll
I've
just
ever
go
had. And
fuck
turkey's
myself.
it's already shit.
Oh yeah, brother.
Turkey already sucks, and this is just like nothing. The jalapenos are the only thing I can taste. They're really doing the heavy lifting here. 1.7. This is just a nothing experience. Today's turkey Italiano, mamma mia, pizza pie with it says Subway vinaigrette on it. I've never had that before. Mamma mia, pizza pie, Okay.
Do we have another tank for us?
Yeah.
Looks
Loot
like
this bad boy, please.
this is supposed to come with more shit, I think. Okay.
You're just
Turkey
trolling
and
at this
vinaigrette
point.
and veggies. Oh boy, yum yum in my tongue.
Really, no one's gonna loot that. That's someone's
Supposed
loot
to
right
come,
there.
I think with Genoa salami, spicy pepperoni. That would have helped. That would have really helped.
Or are you gonna follow square down and
nope,
make sure to
just
kick?
turkey. Again, just misery. It's just turkey with veggies.
Me?
As if
Yes,
you
sir.
sprayed a little
Follow
bit of
square
sugar
down and make
water
sure
on it.
it doesn't heal.
I can taste the turkey. That's a plus. 1 point.
And
Who is tanking down below?
Yum yum.
I
Meatball
just asked
marinara,
Naka
which
in
I've had in the past.
raid chat if he would
I remember
for
it
down
being
there.
pretty
Yeah,
alright,
he's
so.
in the right spot too. So.
He got it. Yeah, he said he's good.
Cool,
Yep,
cool.
just
So
your
then,
tomato marinara,
I'll get Skull and
meatball.
X,
I put some provolone on there too.
and we'll keep Necro on circle.
all right.
Alright, Bird, you're on me, bro. Heal me.
Sub,
I'm doing healing Salmons right now.
Doing it?
It's just meatballs.
Doing
Alright.
it,
Which
sticking
are
Skull
pretty
in it.
surprising.
About you, Decro?
Like they're actually
Yeah, Philip Burn, you can heal me, bro.
Oh, I had Fing on you. You want me to
Okay,
switch
sounds
that?
good.
Subway sandwich.
Because Burn is gonna have more than one target down there.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. Give me a thing then.
Sauce,
Thing on Necro, Burn on
Yeah.
Naka.
hard to fuck that up.
10-4.
It's pretty satisfying for a cheap little sub.
Do you want me to stay with you on Circle for totems, or?
This again, if given to me, it's perfectly like pretty good. Like I don't have any.
Wait, what was that?
It's just
Did you want me to go over to Circle when one dies there, or the totems?
Sub number 10 is buffalo chicken.
Like to kill the totems?
I just put some veggies, the sauce.
Wait, does it show up on Circle? No, it shows up on.
It goes, so once the one dies, then the boss gets that ability, and that's what he gets.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All over that.
Once again, kill order,
Yeah.
skull,
Okay.
X.
Give it a shot.
Then we split, range to square, melee to circle.
It's a very vinegary sauce.
Well, we're killing Skull first, so the totals will be X. So once we kill X, and yeah, well, the boss will start doing it.
Of other things, chicken's very mushy, as usual. The veggies, or whatever. So really, what you gotta base this on.
Alright, be ready, check.
Am I the biggest fan of buffalo sauce?
Burn, just be aware Verdier is going to be down with you and Naka as well.
Like I like buffalo wings.
Okay, I'll get them both.
But I usually don't go out
Alright,
and get
let's go.
buffalo stuff. So
Can I get a resale
I'm
on
not
Holy
really
Feet?
the audience of this anyway. Is it particularly good buffalo sauce? No, it's pretty one note. It's kind of like spicy
Here we go.
sour. But without the sauce, it would have been absolutely miserable. 2.8. You know, not horrible. Wouldn't get it again, but I'm not really a buffalo
You
guy
guys gotta
anyway.
give me a second. Are you kidding me?
Keep doing it up.
Like most Subway. All right, it's time for
Totems up. Check the totems.
Totems.
With pickles on this one. There's the ham. Hooray.
Okay, so quick question.
There are pickles in here, I cannot tell. The ham's
Okay.
not bad though. I mean, it's just, you know,
Okay.
regular
So, doing its down.
better than what was it?
I think the healing assignments are fucked. I'm supposed to be healing NECA, right?
I'll send a word in there as well.
No.
It's not great. The ham
Oh,
is
that's
fine.
what I got out of it.
2.4. I don't hate it. It's not amazing.
Fang heals Necro, Burn heals Naka, Company heals doing it.
Saving grace.
Okay.
Spicy Italian,
What?
spicy Italian.
Can you not follow the arrows?
Time,
I just thought my name was next to NECA, so I heal NECA. My bad, dude. Okay, I fucked
You
this.
kind of see there, right? There's some pep.
I should have asked. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Like,
We're good, bro.
It's
I
alright.
read it wrong. Like, I just thought my
It's
name was
alright.
next to NECA. I was like, oh, and Burn was there. I was like,
Pepperoni and salami,
oh,
or at
fuck.
least the pepperoni. Definitely.
Boss
jumps
for
out
set, we're
the
good.
Spicy meat to this.
I'm sorry.
The black
I'm
olives
sorry,
go well
guys.
with it. I mean,
That was my fuck
Don't
up.
worry about it.
put this
I thought we were gonna take it up right
All
now.
good, dude.
I think
We'll res
with
and
the
it'll be
right additions,
hey,
this
okay,
could
no
actually be
worries.
better.
All right, Embers has to
On
go.
its
So
own, not bad. It's just spicy meat. If you like spicy meat, it's not bad. But it really needs the right topping.
hold on, don't you need don't you want to roll on loot then?
Sandwich number 13 is tuna.
I don't
I mean, I like tuna.
You sure?
Kind of hard to fuck up tuna, I think.
I don't
It's
need
just
anything. I
tuna
need
and mayo and
investments,
veggies.
but I have
Can't
Fang
be that
already.
bad,
So
right? Yeah, you can see the tuna in there.
good luck on that roll.
All right, bro. Thanks for
Good night,
coming along,
guys.
man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, see y'all
Yeah,
tomorrow.
it's hard to fuck this
Later, bro.
up. I mean, tuna with mayo is already like a pretty assertive flavor, right? So you're always
I'm
gonna
sorry
taste
again,
it.
guys.
So
I
overall,
read.
this is pretty good.
I should
mean,
have asked
It's
beforehand.
a perfectly fine.
It's okay. We
tuna
also had
sandwich. I like tuna
DPS open
sandwiches.
up like casts.
I think this is gonna
like
be
during
a
the cast.
3.2.
Like, it was.
I think I could have kept you alive though.
Miserable eating this. It's just a tuna sandwich with
That's the whole thing. I just feel bad.
whatever
That'd been
veggies.
great.
And that's pretty good. Italian BMT. That wasn't a BMT again? Oh, big meaty tasty, but it's salami, pepperoni, and Black Forest ham. Okay. Okay, that's not the worst thing. You can kind of see some of the meat in there. Alright. Very similar to the spicy Italian. Again, the pepperoni pulls off a lot of hard work here. It's the red white vinegar. I don't usually go with vinegar on stuff. I mean, it tastes like a flavor. That's something new for Subway. I think with stuff like ham and turkey, you just end up with nothing flavor. with salami pepperoni that's more assertive. Yeah, I'll probably place this at a 2.6, pretty close to the spicy Italian. I don't really remember the differences, but not bad. Turkey breast and Black Forest ham.
It's gonna be our.
Which we've had turkey breast.
Got a couple people saying they gotta go after this now.
Let's combine.
Be our last pull then.
Salami and pepperoni, which were the saving graces of some of the other lunch meat ones. So I am not optimistic. There's a good amount of meat in there.
Buff up real quick.
I managed to get a bite without the.
Remember, guys, let doing it pick up aggro, please.
And it's pretty bland. The ham helps a bit. Turkey is still just pathetic. The ham is fine. Banana peppers really help with the flavor profile of this. Like, giving it that sour crunch is just.
Get ready, check.
Pickles were lost when I got pickles, but these actually add flavor. The Chipotle Southwest is very watery. It's not bad. A little spicy, I guess.
I'm just getting mana.
Really. It's somehow worse than the regular Black Forest ham. I think the turkey's making it drier somehow. 2.1. It's drier.
Get your cookies.
And sad. All right, we have 3 more. This is oven roasted chicken. I've never heard of this.
5, 4,
at Subway.
3,
Right.
2,
thick ass
1.
chicken. I mean, look at that. Okay. Is it gonna be dry? Is it gonna be spongy? Oh, the mysteries. Let's find out.
X went with square.
Moving her down.
Naka, hold up.
Naka, wait. Let doing it pick up X, please.
It's kind of a good thing. Usually everything is just so soaking wet and soggy. I also think there's supposed to be cheese.
Yeah,
on this.
I don't know.
I don't think they remembered that either. Now this chicken.
I've got a lurker on me.
Wait, there might be cheese on here.
I'm dead.
It's gonna be rough down here.
Yeah.
It really is like a sponge.
If I can get a misdirect to send that other one towards me,
I'd
awesome.
rather it be a weird
Not
sponge than dry and nasty, because that could have been easily the case. This doesn't taste like any chicken.
It's coming. It's coming.
It tastes like a
Totems are up. Naka's dead.
I got smacked with like 3 things at once, like one after the other.
completely inoffensive, and I'm really hungry, so I think that's helping. And the fact that there's no.
I think that's it.
All right. So.
Alright, let's reset then.
Is this like?
That was the
Is that
last
it then?
pull.
I thought that was last pull. Yeah.
You might as well hearth out.
No, we're gonna roll for loot.
American Club.
Just doing a chat, bro.
Everyone's trying.
Only a couple veggies I noticed. It default comes with only like lettuce, tomato, and onions, which is kind of.
I guess we'll do in chat. I mean, since people already heard.
You can see the bacon. You can see the meats. All right.
Meet you guys all at a doll.
For that, but I'm not
Oh fuck! It didn't reset.
I got a soul stone if anybody
put
wants
this
to
at,
wait
like, a
to.
just flat 3.
I'll give you a res,
bacon is
and then
doing
you can just
heavy
hearthstone
lifting
instead
on
of
this.
taking the.
Adding that crispy texture. I don't know if it's supposed to be toasted. I feel like this is like the one sandwich where I'm like, I don't really need this to be toasted.
Yeah, Baby Mints, that wasn't
So maybe
your
the bread
bad on
would
there
be
too.
hard,
I
but
couldn't get over to
disregarding that,
like
just
grab
on an
that from him,
ingredient
and then he
level,
was ran down, and
I think actually default.
I can't keep
less
aggro
veggies is
while
good
running
'cause
after
it's not
to pick
just
up the
a
other one.
soaking, watery mess for once. So it just comes down to like it's like a pretty normal sandwich. It's just
Thank
a
you.
normal sandwich with ham and turkey and bacon, some veggies. It's the definition of this is a sandwich. The last one, sweet onion chicken teriyaki.
Oh boy.
Okay. It's fitting because this is the one I always used to order back when I ate Subway. Okay. It's covered in a sweet.
The second time in a row I received shit from PK.
Alright, good night, everybody.
I really don't learn.
Good night, Chairman.
Good night, Chairman. Hope you feel better.
Alright, dude.
Alright, we're gonna